did that with a fucking life, or not a lifesaver, a cough trap in your mouth?
Sure did.
Ugh.
Sure did.
Ugh.
I just drank some orange soda with a Fisherman's Friend, original extra strong in my mouth. Not a pleasant combination.
No, it doesn't sound like it would be.
It's also forever give me a bit of a lisp.
A little bit.
It's strong.
I sound like Cody right now.
Do I?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I saw a lot of Welcome to WeNeedWrestling. I saw a highlight package of that guy that dresses as Dusty at a bunch of stuff, and like he met like Dustin and does all this shit. And I'm just gonna say it on here. I met that dude. He liked my tattoo. He seems like a perfectly nice fella. I don't know that running around cosplaying and all like it was like a big like they did like a package of all of them like cosplaying at like Mania and WrestleCon. And like you got your Jeff Hardy, you got your fat Jeff Hardy, you got your Seth Rollins, you got your macho, your bunch of rival macho mans. You get all of them, right? That Dusty dude does a terrible Dusty voice.
I don't think I ever paid attention to it.
It's real bad.
Yeah?
Not that I'm not saying mine's great, but his is real bad. I don't like it. And it doesn't sound like Big Dust.
Not as good as Brucey's?
Well, Brucey's is great. It's not as good as Kev Spencer's.
Mox is a good Dusty.
Mox is a good Dusty. Right, only for Point Break, though. Yeah, I don't like his Dusty.
I am an FBI agent,
I appreciate the dedication, you know, and I like that, like, sometimes he does NWA Dusty and sometimes he does Polka Dot Dusty and all that. You know, I don't know, the guy necessarily needs to be wearing a fat suit to be doing Dusty, but it is what it is. I think a nice guy. But yeah, I would, if I'm going to spend most of my online persona being Dusty Rhodes, I'm going to make sure my Dusty Rhodes impression is fucking nailed.
I agree. Work on it daily.
And I just don't think he has it. So
the mannerisms, everything.
Yeah. He's got a little bit of the mannerisms down. He throws a terrible bionic elbow. Just gonna say
Does he actually throw one?
Oh yeah, he does it like they'll do like little shit like the cosplayer guys.
Flip flop and fly.
Yeah, it's just not very good. It's but it is what it is. Anyway,
how dare you?
If he listens, you know, I'm sorry. You were a very nice guy. I'm not trying to put you down. I'm just saying, just have a little pride in your work.
You just said fuck you.
Mm-hmm. Right.
First off, fuck you.
Right.
Fuck you, bitch, and the click you claim.
Yes.
West Side, Till We Die.
Okay.
I don't know the lyrics.
So
I claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife.
Wow.
I know that one.
Okay.
So hit him up.
Okay.
Tupac.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a diss against Biggie.
Oh.
It's really good.
Mm.
And Junior Mafia.
That's the second biggest diss against Biggie.
What's the first one?
Bullets.
Wow. That's sad. Hashtag no Diddy.
Hashtag Diddy did it. Did he do it?
The way it seems. Diddy done did it.
Diddy done did it. Allegedly.
Ain't nobody knocking at my fucking door.
That's right. Suge Knight's in jail, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good for him. Welcome to WeNeedWrestling. I'm DJ. That's Brett. How are you, pal?
I'm not Suge Knight, so that means I'm good.
It's true. We didn't back over anybody. That dude got away with so much shit his whole life.
Yeah.
And then
hung Vanilla Ice over a fucking balcony.
And then he hit somebody with his car and went to jail for it.
Crazy, too.
Yeah. What a way to go.
You want to come to a real record label where the executives aren't all dancing in the videos? Come to Bad Boy. It's from the Source Awards. There's a big beef between Bad Boy and
Death Row.
Yeah. It was a good time.
Bad Boy was Diddy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Suge Knight was like Snoop, Rock,
right.
Dre.
Who had Craig Mack?
I think he was Bad Boy.
Was he Bad Boy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, because then Biggie supplanted him. He was supposed to be the big breakout, and then Biggie happened.
Yeah, because there was no new flavor in my ear.
Well,
yeah, no thanks.
How's Craig Mack doing?
I don't know. I'm more familiar with Return of the Mack by Mark Morrison.
Craig Mack's dead.
Oh.
Craig Mack died in 2018. I'm sure the wiki has been yelling that. 47 years old.
No new flavor to kick in my ear, that's for sure.
And he wasn't Bad Boy Records from Long Island, New York. Heart failure. Wow. Huh.
Why'd you say it like that?
I don't know.
Did you expect something else?
I don't know.
All right, well.
He was developed short with breath 6 months before he died.
Rest in peace, Craig Mack.
Apparently called his friends to bid farewell. Rest in peace, Craig Mack.
Sure.
The flavor in your ear. Should have been bigger.
It's a great song.
It is.
He's a one-hit guy.
It's a one-hit wonder, for sure.
Unless Dookie wants to school me on some
Right,
other Craig
who knows?
Mack, but
He's still yelling.
yeah.
It's like, how dare you disparage the good
Sorry,
name of
dude.
Craig Mack?
I was more of a West Coast hip hop guy,
Yeah?
man. I wasn't. And it's weird being an East Coast dude.
Yeah.
Like, I identified more with the West Coast. Okay. I don't know why.
All right. Because you're bougie.
Yeah, because Digital Underground's from the West Coast.
It's true.
Yeah.
Where Kid and Play from?
I don't know. Where's Kid from? Where's Play from? Where, I don't know.
I'm going to look that up, too. Welcome to WeNeedWrestling, by the way.
Jesus Christ.
How are you? You're okay?
All
Kid, answer.
world, same song. I love that song. Mm-hmm. I'm good, man. Nothing to fucking complain about.
New York City. Where they're supposed to be from.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Kid and Play. New York City.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm fucking good.
Okay.
Hanging out. Almost the end of the work week, which is always fun.
Yeah. You can go, you can go to kidandplay.org. That's their official website.
Organization.
You can book them.
The New World Organization, brother.
That's a picture of them from Class Act, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's going to be House Party 3.
House Party 4. You gotta pick the date and then they get back to you with the price.
Well, that's silly. We're not doing that.
Huh.
Book them for Doug's birthday.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm good. How are you? What's going on with you?
Oh my God. Kid and Play has testimonials on their website.
I don't. What?
And it says, our company Christmas concert was never very successful, but Kid and Play made it an unforgettable year.
This is where we're at, huh?
Then this is where we'll stay. All right, that's enough about Kid and Play.
Yeah.
There certainly wasn't like a 2-hour gap.
Nope. Picked it right. Yeah.
It was a stream. It was the exact same sentence that we've we didn't leave this table and watch X-Men at all.
Not at all.
So
wrestling.
We are here to talk wrestling. So let's talk wrestling. You're good. I'm good. Yeah. Nothing crazy to report yet.
Hey, X-Men 97 is fucking good.
It's very good. You should watch. You should all watch X-Men 97.
It rocks. Tell us your 3 favorite X-Men. Please.
Tell us your 3 favorite X-Men and which X-Men do you think would be which wrestler.
Whoa. All right.
See?
Okay.
See?
I'm going to have to think on that.
See what I did there? But let's talk wrestling.
Yeah.
You have wrestling news?
I have a piece.
A piece. Okay, well, let me Google. You talk your piece.
Do the words Dreamstar fighting Marigold mean anything to you?
They mean everything to me.
They do now because
I like that name, actually. Yeah. I like Marigold.
Marigold.
For short.
Mr. Rossi Ogawa.
Yes. Now, King Pervert Rossi Ogawa.
Yes. Came out the other day, announced on a press conference that it is official. Dreamstar Fighting Marigold is his new promotion, going to be a part of Wrestling Universe. I don't know if it's owned by the same like Cyber Fight that owns DDT and Noah and Tokyo Joshi Pro. That would seem kind of conflicting if it did.
I'd be mad if I was Tokyo Joshi Pro.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I would be too. But yeah, made official the other day. They had a press conference. Julia was there. Mm-hmm. Utami Hayashishita was there.
Yes.
Murray was there.
I can't believe they got Murray. Those sons of bitches.
So it's weird because I know, and we're actually going to talk about this subject later.
Ooh.
Our difference in popularity of Japanese wrestlers to Japan's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't think Murray's too high up on the totem pole.
No, that's a shame.
I don't.
Well, so that's fine, but like my point of and I was gonna watch Marigold anyway, right? Julia's not gonna be there for long. But like,
because it's rumored that in July she's gonna be at NXT.
July.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. But like, I don't have a concept for like for.
It sounded like you don't speak English. You're trying to say July.
That's right.
Oh, July, yeah.
But I don't have a concept on popularity as far as like Joshi wrestlers go. You know what? If we're talking New Japan, I don't know what the fuck their popularity is. Mm-hmm. I do know that when some signed New Japan guys show up on WWE, nobody has to Google them. But anyway, I'm just excited because I like Mariah a lot, and I was like, oh, they got her. Okay, so like. I'm sad because I like her in Stardom, but like that's just another reason for me to watch Marigold.
Do you like her hair extensions now?
Oh, I didn't notice.
This big, long blue hair.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, weird. So is Marigold going to be on there all the time, or just like their kickoff show? We don't really know,
Not
right?
sure,
Because I guess Osaka Pro is going to be on, or is on
that's
Wrestling Universe now, because the price went
now.
up.
The
price went up like a couple bucks because the yen and the
adding,
dollar.
Well,
they're taking a fucking beating.
the yen is getting
They're taking a beating,
stacked, smashed, and pinned.
If we had to pay yen no fucking way.
Nope.
But you keep knocking that down, paying $2.50 a month for Wrestle Universe. It's just stomp all over their fucking economy.
It's bad, dude. It's bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's officially announced. So cool shit.
Yeah, why not? More Joshi. Rossi's a pervert, so he's going to have them like naked and stuff or half naked on the internet.
Well, they said that they're looking for women between the ages of 13 and 30.
Unmarried women.
That are unmarried.
Mm-hmm. Right.
13.
Well, you never know. But, I mean, that's the wrestlers, Japanese ladies wrestlers, and a lot of men's wrestlers do start very early also, because it is considered more of maybe not a reasonable profession, but more of a realistic and likely profession in Japan than it is here.
Yeah.
You know, I think if at 13 years old in this country, you were like, Mom, Dad, I'm going to go join a wrestling school and live in a dojo and become a professional wrestler. They're going to be like, what's his name? I'm going to look him up on Megan's Law. Yeah. And in Japan, they're like, yeah, go ahead, be an athlete.
Yeah, that's your destiny.
Go for it. Destiny.
That's all I have.
My density.
What else? Do you have anything else?
I do. I Google. So, I Google pro wrestling news. So there is a lot of pro wrestling news, presumably from today.
Miss.
Well, so then
I wasn't really on Twitter a lot.
So the Nyla Rose thing is the big. Okay, that's the first thing coming up here.
Hey, fuck Oklahoma.
Fuck Oklahoma, and Ed Ferrara. So I guess AEW ran in Oklahoma in December, and they got some sort of notice from the Athletic Commission that they allowed a trans wrestler.
Yes.
And I think their language was like it's just really terrible language. To wrestle against a woman, so it violates some. I don't know. I don't know because it's not worth my fucking time to know, right?
Commissions when it comes to pro wrestling are such a fucking joke.
It's a scam.
Yeah.
Rest in piss, Frank Talon. So. Yeah, so like, and Tony Khan, I guess he had a presser today. Was that?
Yeah, there's a presser for Dynasty.
That was for Dynasty. And he answered a lot of questions. I thought he did a really good job in a lot of those things.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna rehash a big thing from last week, but I thought he had a very good answer when he was questioned about that kind of stuff. It might be a little bit of a you should have known, but whatever. So, but the Nyla Rose stuff, like if I'm Tony Khan, like I'm working with my legal team and I'm drafting a statement and I'm saying, well, I'm never bringing my fucking company. He's already basically said, like, I don't, but I would put, he's basically already said that, but I would put out an official statement and be like, here's the numbers, here's the people you have to reach out to. Sure. We will never step foot in your backwards ass fucking stupid state again because of this until either this commission is abolished or the policies are reversed.
Sure.
And maybe Oklahomians are fine. I don't know.
Didn't see Jim Ross coming on at all.
Right. But, that's bullshit. And, I
was very happy to see a lot of, like, the locker room came
A lot of people in wrestling as a whole. Yeah.
Standing with Nyla.
Right. Absolutely.
Very cool.
And Tony's absolutely right. We talk about Nyla a lot on the show. Nyla was a huge piece to AEW. And she still is. She is maybe the first person that AEW really burned the fuck out for the fans.
Yeah, 100%.
We've talked about from the beginning. She's talented. She's held the title. In the beginning, she was basically the anchor. Her and Britt were the anchors of that women's division, especially because Shida was back and forth a bunch like she still is. Yeah. But they just burned her out, and they weren't giving her winning matches. And it's like, how much of a threat can you be if you're not winning? And like, it was tough, but she is super important to that company. She's still around in Ring of Honor. She's still sort of, I think, I don't know if she has that position, but like as a brand ambassador, I think when people see her, they know that this is AEW. And so like you stand by her like they are. It's really good and it's nice to see.
Yeah.
And let's twist it a little bit and let's get her on TV this week. Let's get her beating up somebody in an Oklahoma shirt or something. Let's right, like bring. I don't know. I said that like you can maybe bring back Ed Ferraro. I said what's Oklahoma's rival, and you said Texas, and I was like, well, that's a push.
Yep,
so
yep.
But
sure is.
But that support Nyla. Yeah. Shut the fuck up, Oklahoma.
Agreed. Couldn't agree more.
Super fucking backwards
rules.
bullshit.
And boy, your mindset in 2024. That's what we're doing.
So stupid.
Okay, guys.
So dumb. Let's see what else is in news. There's the Wrestling Headlines is running a Scotty Riggs story.
Okay. I know he got like clean and is in shape again.
Yeah, he looked good. Jim Ross recalls Dustin Rhodes' WCW firing over violation of no blood policy. Sure.
Was that the King of the Road match?
I guess.
I think it was.
Do you want me to click and figure it out?
No, I'm pretty sure it's what it was.
Yep. King of the Trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yep.
The match rocked.
Let's see. I imagine we're going to talk about Rhea in a little jump there, so we don't have to bring that up now. Kurt Angle believes his TNA run was better than his WWE career.
I'm pretty sure he was in TNA longer than WWE.
Probably, yeah. Dude, I was just at
TNA run fucking rocks.
At the comic shop talking about a Kurt Angle on yesterday as we talk, 2 days ago as this drops. And I was explaining to them that how Kurt Angle won a gold medal with his broken freaking neck.
Broken freaking neck, dude.
And then became Perk Angle. When WWE was like, listen, Kurt, we want to keep you around, but we're going to send you to rehab. He's like, nah, I'm good.
That's when he evolved.
Right, he evolved. Yes. Right, like a Pikachu into a Raichu.
He peaked.
Right. Like
he peaked.
Like a Pidgeon into Pidgeotto.
Into Pidgeot.
Mm-hmm.
Perk Angle. Fuck yeah.
Like a Kadabra into Alakazam.
Yeah!
I was going to name Pokemon that I remember. I got the Nintendo emulator on my phone. Did you see that, dude?
I got it too.
Yeah. Did you download some games? I got the site for you if you did.
I did. Okay. The only one I downloaded was Revenge. But I think it's going to be a little hard to play.
Yeah, probably on your phone.
Yeah. I might download some other more games.
I did like the NES and some Game Boy. I think like Pokemon Yellow. And
portable ones.
I think this emulator only works with Nintendo right now.
Well, that's horsewash.
Yeah, I think that's what the guy said. It's just Nintendo
product.
Hogwash. Horsewash is a thing. I think that's what Aaron Rodgers was into.
I don't know what, dude. Don't get me fucking started. Jesus Christ. Good Lord.
Apparently, there's a film on Baron von Raschke. Remember Baron Raschke?
Sure. Okay.
Interesting. Let's see. Oh, and we didn't. So we're taking a trip to Japan on this show, right?
Oh, yeah.
But are we going to talk about Windy City as if after our trip to Japan?
No. So Tim and Marcus brought this up on Final Wrestling Place, how we're going to cover that, and we determined a while ago if the promotion is based in Japan.
Yes,
and we will just talk about it in that portion.
Okay, all right, because Yo's hurt. Who cares? Is he champ or is it show that's champ? All right, good.
I don't fucking
know. Well,
he's
hurt and he's going to miss Super Junior, so there you go.
Did they replace him with anybody yet?
I don't think so. I'm also not going to look it up, so.
Boy, that's soon.
Former WWE star Tony Shooter Jones, dead at 53.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know who that is.
Wasn't Tony Jones the dude from Beyond the Mat?
Oh, shit. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a picture here, and I didn't recognize him, but yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Former WWE star. They really fucking threw that on there.
Yeah, they sure did.
Brother had to work on his upper body.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh. Mm-hmm. All right. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's it. I guess we're good, right? And The Rock and John Cena keep in touch with Vince McMahon. Good for those guys. Great. Wonderful. But I mean, are we surprised? One, are we surprised? I mean, like those guys made millions of dollars. The Rock is continuing to make millions of dollars.
Made a lot of money.
Made a lot of money, right? And Cena, like immediately after it happened, was like, "I love him. What? He's just a fuck up or whatever." So it'll be interesting. The rumors of him starting his own wrestling promotion.
Would be the dumbest fucking thing in the world.
Are you dumbest?
Yes.
Okay.
That'd be so stupid.
I heard that Vince is starting his own wrestling promotion and he's bringing in Ed Cody as head booker. That's what I heard.
Okay, well, then that'd be the smartest thing in the world. Where can I invest my money?
Right.
No, it's going to be Rock, Cena, Vince, and Shane. And I'd say Shane, but Vince doesn't recognize him as a son.
Right.
They're going to be Noah 2.0, leading Exodus.
Oh, boy.
The Cena is
I hope so. I hope so. Oh, God. Well, I don't know. Vince will probably be the one to die in the ring first.
Might be Dwayne.
It takes more than those bumps he took at Mania.
I watched this video. He's like, I have no injuries. I'm just really beat up.
Yeah. Did they
release that documentary yet?
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, good. Somebody should start one of them Twitter accounts, which like the WWE released that documentary yet.
Oh, I know. Joe did an unruly hashtag about it.
Oh, well, then it'll get released tomorrow.
It should, right?
Done, right.
Yeah.
So why aren't they releasing it? Do we know?
They said that
they're adding footage.
Well, yeah, which
they're trying to find a way to spin the Rock's shitty attitude about everything.
Like, this is supposed to be like this the whole time. Mm-hmm. All right, Dwayne.
Yeah, Dwayne.
Go with your weird hair care products and Target.
He's hair care products now?
Yeah.
He doesn't have any hair.
Exactly.
Is it body hair products?
He doesn't have any body hair.
Oh, well, we don't know that.
Well, he was just wrestling the shorties.
Well, he's Samoan. He might be rocking a...
Think he has a hairy ass?
I don't know. It's possible.
Ew,
The Rock definitely. The Rock definitely
waxes.
Yeah, he strikes me as a man who gets his winker waxed.
Show us your winker stinker. What's up, wigs on wings? Oh boy.
So
that's compartmentalized in my brain somewhere. God bless you, Doug. Oh my God, you fucking savage.
Yeah, I think The Rock would be a guy to get that waxed professionally.
Yeah,
probably.
I could see that.
Yeah,
I
for
want
sure.
to see that.
Well,
I could see that.
I'd pay to see it, I guess. No, I
remember that?
Go see it, sure do.
Nope, that wasn't where I was going.
All right, remember the what?
Nowhere now.
All right.
Remember the Alamo.
Well, I don't. You ever been in the basement of the Alamo?
God damn you. All right. Are we just any more news?
I got nothing.
All right.
I've done far too much already. I'm on page 3 here. You want me to keep going?
No, we're good.
Do we want to see what like page 9 of Pro Wrestling News is?
I'm curious.
We've never done this before.
What
Hold
does
on.
it say?
6, 7. Rumor that the Motion Machine Guns are signed with AEW.
I mean, I think that's pretty much
We
done
pretty
too.
much said that.
The Bucks kind of alluded to it.
Page 9 of Pro Wrestling News is Kazuchika Okada deciding between WWE and AEW.
All right, we're outdated. Nothing's happened since then?
Nope.
Like, what the fuck?
Not enough.
All right, well, let's talk about shit that did happen this week.
All right, shit that did happen this week.
So, I branched out a little bit in my wrestling watching.
You did. You watched a bunch of wrestling.
I did. I watched a bunch of wrestling. I watched a bunch of Shogun.
Do we have questions? We do. If we have two questions.
We have two questions. Well, yes, that's true. 2, and then one's a 2-parter.
Well, it's the patented Cody 2-part question.
So, I watched from Prestige Wrestling.
Oh.
Roseland 8, their 7-year anniversary show.
Okay.
The reason I tuned into this is because our friend Jenna was at the show.
Yeah, Jenna was there.
I didn't watch the whole show.
Right.
There's a lot of like New Japan involvement, which was kind of cool. Suzuki was on it. Bull Club War Dogs were there. I forget. Miyu Yamashita was on the show.
Right.
Talking to Joshi Pro, obviously. But I did watch Zack Sabre Jr. in the main event.
Yes.
Against Daniel Makabe.
Yes. Western Canadian himself.
Yeah.
Daniel Makabe. Is it Makabe or Makabe?
They were saying Makabe.
Okay. All right.
I haven't watched...
What if we did Togi Makabe versus Daniel Makabe?
I wouldn't want to watch that.
No.
Unless it's just Togi fucking just lariat, King Kong knee drops, 1, 2, 3, have a good night, brother.
All right, well, we can arrange.
So, what is your, like, do you have anything with Daniel Makabe? Or
I know what he looks like.
Okay.
I'm sure I've seen him wrestle. I know a lot of people talk about him. Yeah. I'm sure I've seen him wrestle, but I don't know much about him.
He announced he's coming to the end. He's done this show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't really working a lot anyway. I think. I guess if somebody can correct me if I'm wrong.
Right.
I don't know a ton about Daniel Makabe. I've seen a lot of his stuff. A lot of technical. He's just a technical grap guy.
Yeah.
And when I was watching this match, I thought of, I believe it was either Marcus or Joe said it. If I'm going to watch this style of match, the grapple fuck, I'm going to watch the best at it.
Okay.
And that's Zack Sabre Jr.
Right. Absolutely.
It's like maybe 15, 20 minutes long, probably. Okay.
Was this before or after Windy City?
After.
Was this for the...
No.
Okay.
No, because that title just got thrown up randomly without new... We'll talk later.
What?
Yes, we'll talk later.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about.
So, Zack Sabre Jr. gets the win.
Yes.
Of course, because he's fucking
Zack Sabre Jr., right.
But I'll tell you what, man. Daniel Makabe, for that style, he's fun to watch. Crowd loved him. I think he wrestled Mania Weekend. I forget who he wrestled, but I'm pretty sure he did.
Did he wrestle Edith? Wasn't Kenny talking to us about that?
I think so, yeah.
Kenny was like super excited about that.
Yeah.
And Kenny was telling us, I think everything I know about Daniel Makabe is because of Kenny.
Yeah.
Shout out Kenny 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
I like that Kenny called in to add odds to talk about how it was nice to see us.
Yeah. Well, because he was right. He's like, I said a Mike Bennett match was coming up, and I said, fuck that.
Yeah.
And we both said that same thing.
Right.
So, though, this match was very good. If you're like in the mood for a grapple fuck, which I kind of was in the mood for a grapple fuck.
I'm sometimes, but...
And... Again, Zack Sabre Jr., he's the fucking man.
Super talented, absolutely.
I love that guy so much. But this was a lot of fun to watch.
Okay.
Hot crowd.
Yeah.
And then Prestige announced that they're running like an arena in Portland, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how, it's probably not a big arena, but it's still an arena, you know?
Right.
Because they're doing like the kind of co-promoting now with, I think it's Deadlock, DPW. And this next promotion we're going to talk about, West Coast Pro.
Yeah.
So West Coast Pro.
West Coast Pro gets a lot of big time names in there.
Well, yeah, even appearances, they had Kobashi over there.
Yeah, crazy.
Manami Toyota was there.
Crazy.
Why the fuck can that be here?
Because it's an extra 8-hour flight.
Because it's like not long of a flight. So I did watch one match from this. This is the West Coast Pro Chris Hero Pro Rest mixtape.
Oh, I saw people talking about this. Yeah.
Yeah. I watched a little bit of the match with Jigsaw and Hollow Wicked.
Yeah, Hollow Wicked's first match in a long time.
Cool. I watched a little bit of Chris Hero versus Higuchi, which then devolved into Chris Hero and Brian Keith. I believe it was Chris Hero, Brian Keith versus Higuchi and Mecha Mummy.
Oh, they brought Mecha Mummy
so
over?
Mecha Mummy was up on the balcony.
Oh.
And Brian Keith was in the ring, and Mecha Mummy hit the fist and just exploded all over Brian. Oh, it was fucking great. I only watched a little bit of that because not a Chris Hero guy.
Sure.
Never was.
How's he looking? Don't answer that.
Yeah.
Frustrated.
But I did watch a, so I'm going to try to pronounce this, a Aveo Masterclass Challenge 2 out of 3 falls submission match.
Okay, with Chris Masters versus...
Yes.
Wasn't that what it was? Oh, no, it was the Master Lock. It wasn't... Okay, sorry. My bad. That was close.
Son of a bitch. Master Challenge ruled. God damn it.
You know how much steroids he was on?
So many.
Oh, my God. Like, he's in
rice.
good shape now, but he's like, come on, you were on so much fucking chicken and rice. So was AJ Styles. Chicken, though. I posted that. Did you see that somebody asked him in an interview how he got to...
Always say just chicken.
He said, I eat a lot of meat. He goes, I eat a lot of chicken. He goes, but he goes, I cut out carbs. I'm like, bullshit.
Eat chicken.
Yeah.
So this was between Angelico.
Oh, I know. Angelico. Tony Schiavone says he prefers it that way.
Sure.
Angelico.
With Serpentico.
Oh, God. Okay.
Against Arez. So, are you familiar with Arez?
Yeah.
So, dude, again, this is 2 out of 3 false submission match. So, you have to win by submission.
Okay. That's an interesting little twist.
There was like 0 strikes in this.
Okay.
It was just kind of all grappling and transitions to submissions. But it was kind of cool because, like, I don't know how to describe this. It was like a lucha submission match.
Okay.
So there's
a lot of surfboards.
Yeah, just very
arrows.
fast and technical.
Yeah.
And Helico got the win. But, like, I don't know, man. I was just in the mood for like this stuff, I guess. Okay. I don't know why. Sure. I was like I saw like people were giving it like decent ratings. I'm like, all right, I'll check it out. Mm-hmm. And I was like, damn, I'm happy I did. And Helco's a guy where in the right environment like this, I love his stuff.
He's a super talented guy.
In a big arena, it doesn't translate. Right. TV, it doesn't translate. Yeah. Indie shows, it just works for me. Okay. But I thought it was very cool. So. Yeah.
You think we can start a third pronunciation of his name and just try to just throw the entire commentary community into disarray? Because
Angelico?
Yeah, that's what I say, Angelico. Because he says that people say Angelico because he was like a luchador kind of. And then Tony Schiavone's very adamant on commentary and says that he prefers Angelico.
So is Riccaboni.
Yeah, and Riccaboni. So let's throw a third one. Let's do Angelico.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you'll see him on TV, but you know. I like him.
He shows up for like 2 weeks every couple of months.
Yeah, I always liked him. I don't know. Yeah. Just something about him. Mm-hmm. I like him.
You like him because you like Jack Evans so much. You were really impressed by the tag team.
Ugh. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember Blitzkrieg too.
Oh, stop it, you. SmackDown. Cody Rhodes cut a bad promo.
Was it 45 minutes long?
No.
Okay, that's good.
But it was...
Oh, is this... Oh. Is this where he says, who said it was open mic night, bitch?
Yeah.
Why would he say that? Nobody likes that.
So,
even the people that like him don't like that. WWE people didn't like that. They weren't like, oh man, Brandy's really spitting here. They were like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Why would he say it?
They were in Detroit.
It's terrible.
And I guess Brandy's from Detroit.
Who cares?
And he said, as a woman from Detroit once said,
ew.
Who told you?
There's not another woman from Detroit you could have quoted.
Open mic night, bitch.
Oh, hold on. Famous ladies from Detroit. I'm going to look for another quote that would be so much better. What a bad fuck. Cody's terrible. He's already off the rails. It's already a bad idea. It's already done. If you're quoting your own stupid fucking wife on WWE TV, you're already off the rails. It's already a mistake.
So
you should have let Roman beat Hogan. Or beat Hogan's record.
And beat Hogan too. So it's just like he said it and I honestly went, I'm over this.
Diana Ross is from Detroit. There's no Diana. You could be like, as a famous woman from Detroit once said, there ain't no mountain high enough.
And then he walks over and flicks Jey Uso's
That's
titty.
Right. That's how I would do it.
Jey Uso dressed as Lil Kim.
Just to see Shell on his little Samoan titty.
Samoan booby.
Big Sean's from Detroit. It's not a lady.
No, Big Sean's not.
Diana Ross, comedian Lonnie Love.
Kevin Nash.
You couldn't have quoted Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose never said anything important.
No.
Aretha Franklin.
Jalen Rose got 81 dropped on his head by Kobe.
You couldn't have said, as a famous woman from Detroit once said, right? None of that. That's not going to work. You're going to quote your stupid ass wife.
I'm a little.
Judge Greg Mathis from Detroit.
I'm a little. I'm going to say this right now. This might be a little controversial.
All right.
I'm a little over Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash. Listen. Here's the thing about Kevin Nash.
I love Kevin Nash.
Right.
I'm a little over the bullshit.
So Kevin Nash, I think, has become chronically online.
Yeah.
And he feels the need to respond to everything. And I understand you're saying this because of his response to Ospreay, right? And calling Ospreay indie-rific. But, like, of course he's going to jump to the defense of his boy.
Understood.
Right? For whatever reason, like, Kevin Nash is like one part of the shoulders that propped up the almost talentless Triple H for how fucking long.
Sure.
But yeah, Nash is just zip. And we talk about it all the time when he got a lot of leeway because he went through some really bad tragedies back to back. You know, Scott's gone, his son died. We get it. But now he's like, you know what? I'm going to come on every little fucking thing. It's starting to slip away from him. Maybe the red wine and kick it, chill out a little bit. Maybe the stem cells are going to your brain, Big Kev.
I'm a little upset with Kevin Nash right now.
He's just being an idiot.
I know.
He's doing it for clicks. Right? Everybody's in it for clicks, right?
Yeah.
That's just what it is. He wants more clicks, and he sees what fucking Bischoff is doing, and he sees how these guys are riling up the masses and getting trending on Twitter and all that. It's just not quite working for Big Kev because... I love Big Kev. Let me say that, and I know you do too. And Big Kev's a great wrestler, and Big Kev's done a lot of really fun things in wrestling. But Big Kev's brain for wrestling isn't as good as Big Kev thinks it is.
So, here's the thing. You're going to judge a guy that took less dates for more money Kevin Nash.
Right, that's what he did. Right.
That is what your brand was built off of.
Maybe if Will Ospreay decided to stay home for 9 months.
I guess. But, like, you should be praising him.
Right. He's got to defend
be your favorite wrestler.
Well, and that's the thing. The whole argument is fucking washed anyway.
I hate that argument.
And, like, the whole Triple H thing. And, like, Ospreay came out and he's like, the thing that pissed me off was that they knew that. Like, this was on the table the whole time.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the problems are. The problems is they were hurt that they didn't win any of the free agency that they were trying to get, and they're trying to jab at you a little bit. In some cases, it won. But yeah, Nash just ain't doing it, partner.
Yeah. Yep. Not for me.
But I don't listen to his podcast or anything.
I don't either. I just saw the clip and I got it.
Yeah.
More SmackDown stuff.
Smackdown.
The Bloodline is looks like it's being taken over by Mr. Solo Sikoa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, Roman's doing a movie, right?
He is. So
With Kiki Palmer.
Yeah.
Okay, Roman, if you listen to this, tell Kiki Palmer I said hi.
What's up?
I like Kiki Palmer.
So the Bloodline was going into their locker room.
Yeah.
But it had Cody Rhodes like sign on the locker room instead.
Okay.
And Heyman like said to him, he's like,
and very small underneath it said Ann Brandy Rhodes.
oh, no.
And then in bigger letters it said Ann Farrow.
That poor talk. So they said Heyman said to them, he goes, winning and losing matters and has consequences.
Okay.
And when you lose, this shit goes away.
Okay.
They come out to the ring for a promo later, and Solo kind of grabs the mic and he says, wins and losses matter.
Yeah.
And he pushes Heyman aside and he like goes to confront Jimmy.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy lost to Jay at Mania.
Right. What did Meltzer give that half a star?
Like one of the worst.
Garbage. Yeah. One of the worst all-time WrestleMania matches.
Gives him the hug, says, I love you, brother.
Uh-huh.
Steps back, and Tama Tonga jumps Jimmy Uso.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So the Usos are going to get back together.
So Tama Tonga beats the shit out of him.
So I was going to ask, without Roman, what's the bloodline? It's just Uso and Solo and Paul.
Well, now Jimmy's out.
Okay.
Tama Tonga's in. And so
then they signed, what's his name?
Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
Which everybody's like, he's going to be so much better than Solo.
Yeah. And then probably, do you think they're going to bring in Lance Anoa'i?
And that's Pro Wrestling Noah Superstar. Lance
right.
Anoa'i.
Sorry, I didn't use his full name.
So they do the Pillmanizer on Jay.
Okay.
With the chair on his neck, and Solo hits like the running ass in the corner.
Okay.
Heyman goes to call Roman Reigns, and Solo smacks the phone out of his hand and stomps the phone.
I mean, Roman lost too. There's consequences.
There's consequences.
Yeah.
So
wise man better watch himself.
Yeah, he's gonna get beat up.
So how was the reaction to Tama Tonga without a video package?
The crowd was chanting "Holy shit!"
Okay. So they know mid card New Japan guys that overstayed their welcome. Okay.
All I know is, hey, Triple H, if you really want to stick it to AEW, sign Tonga lower.
Yes, right. That'll really show them.
That is going to really light the world on fire.
Really show
and then sign Hikuleo as well.
Ooh, yeah.
You really want to bring the whole crew in. Let's make it happen.
I honestly wouldn't mind Hikuleo going
I love him because he's tall.
Because he's tall.
And he has big hair.
Right.
But they're kind of speculating, like they wonder if it's going to be like a face bloodline of like Roman and the Usos that get back together. And then like they add somebody like a Sami Zayn back into the picture.
Interesting.
To go against Solo, Tama, Jacob Fatu, and somebody else maybe.
Sure. There's other Samoans.
Tonga Loa.
They can find them.
Sign Tonga Loa.
Absolutely.
Please.
Nobody will recognize him without the ball or the knit cap on. I didn't even know it was the same guy. So just do it.
Like, hey, fuck, that's Camacho.
He's the most deadly striker in New Japan currently. He can bring those talents to WWE. He'll work a full schedule. He'll grind like for you trips.
One of the worst dog shit wrestlers ever.
Yeah.
And then there was another match that I did watch. It was one of the number one contenders matches, or it was a triple threat to qualify for the number one contenders match. They ran one earlier in the night, the LA Knight one. This was AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens versus Rey Mysterio. Tell you what, man, they fucking rocked.
Yeah.
AJ Styles won. He caught Rey.
Saw that chicken.
He caught Rey off the top rope. Gave him the Styles Clash on top of Kevin Owens.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
That seems incredibly dangerous.
It was so fucking good. And these three, man, like, they could just go.
For sure.
Rey Mysterio, my God. Him and his knees. Going down to Mexico and getting that fucking HGH, whatever he gets, dude. Good for him.
The stem cell, whatever. Yeah.
So they're going to run back AJ Styles LA Knight.
Okay.
And the winner of that is going to be the number one contender for, I guess, would it be against Cody, I guess.
That's not a bad deal. Any of those people would be a decent challenger.
Cody versus AJ Styles.
Okay.
The Bullet Club explodes.
No, well, they weren't the BC together.
No, not at the same time.
Did Cody fill that role when AJ left? No, that was years
Kenny.
apart. It was Kenny. Yeah.
But then him and Kenny feuded, if you remember, New Japan over the leader of the Bullet Club.
Right. So.
But now Tama Tonga's there. Yeah.
Well,
Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Finn Balor.
Well, listen, we say it all the time. What wrestling needs is more Bullet Club.
Yeah,
it's certainly a strategy. It's just that
that's exactly what it needs.
It's more Bullet Club the better. That's what I always say.
Yeah, man, maybe they'll sign Yujiro Takahashi next
time. Do you mean the Tokyo Pimp Yujiro Takahashi?
Sign Peter.
Well, I'll sign Peter.
So Monday Night Raw, I have two things of note. Rhea Ripley.
Yes.
Had to relinquish the women's title.
Yes, very sad.
She's officially hurt.
So I know she got hurt in the hallway doing the push onto the wall from Liv Morgan working that angle.
She got thrown into the wall, which,
she fucked up her AC joint.
Fucking wall.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's an AC joint. They said it's a minimum of what was it, 3 to 4 weeks no movement, I think. And then
do you know what an AC joint is?
I don't
either. I have no idea. I couldn't point it out to you.
I'd call Feeney. He'd figure it out.
Yeah, well, that's a smarter man. I'll talk to him next time I see him at the grocery store.
There you go. Yeah. And then I think they said it's 3 to 4 months recovery after that.
That's crazy. That stinks.
All from a little throwing into a wall.
Oh, that stinks. But when did that happen? Was that on SmackDown?
No, that was the Raw after Mania.
Oh, really? Okay.
Liv jumped her backstage.
All right. Wow.
Yeah. So she's officially done.
That stinks. It was a good run.
Fucking
could
great run. Over a year,
better.
man.
Yeah, right.
Over a year with that title.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Literally a year and a day with that title, and now she's just hurt.
And I guess they're kind of hamstringing her. You got to put it on Liv, right? You got to run that angle.
You would think, right? I think they said they're going to crown a new women's champ on Raw.
I like Liv just fine. I mean, she's no Rhea Ripley, obviously, but I like Liv. But if you can run with this, I'm just taking bitches out.
Well, she said that she's on the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour.
Okay.
For anybody that crossed her, she's coming for you.
All right.
I said, okay, that's
MJF. Watch your ass.
Jesus. The other thing from Monday Night Raw that I thought kicked a bunch of ass for the Intercontinental title, because this was in Montreal.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn, Chad Gable.
Yes, everyone was talking about this. I did watch the entrance on the interwebs.
That entrance was so cool.
Yeah. Good for Sammy.
A lot of people were like, boy, Kevin Dunn, he would never would have allowed that.
Kevin Dunn fucking sucked. Garbage person.
It was a great entrance.
Yeah, fucking Bucky Beaver.
He was so fired up, and it was just so cool. Him and Gable, dude.
Yeah.
They tore it the fuck down. Sami Zayn borrowing a lot of El Generico's moves.
Well, you went to that orphanage to learn them. So.
Yes. So
we stop that. It's over.
What a fuck.
Can we move past this now?
He's so cranky. What a little cranky little baby.
Listen to the show.
He had a headache. That's all.
Yeah, right.
I had a headache.
Fucking. Is that what he said? That's why he was talking that way?
There was another tweet. He's like, I have a headache tonight. This is make my headache worse.
Oh, okay.
Cool, dude.
Make my headache worse when you bitch about the seat you paid for until somebody moves to give you a better one.
Oh, God. But yeah, dude, this match was seriously fucking awesome.
Yeah.
These two are great together.
Is it true that was supposed to be Bork Laser? I read that that program was supposed to be the person coaching Sammy was supposed to be Brock.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that would have sucked.
And then when everything they switched,
how the fuck would he coach anybody? He's Brock Lesnar.
Right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true. I just read it on the internet. Abraham Lincoln told me everything you read on the internet's true. So
sure did.
Yeah.
But yeah, this match was great. Okay. Sammy got the win.
Yeah. Was this main event or main event
for the Intercontinental title?
Good. In his hometown.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
It's the aftermath.
Fucking Canuckers.
It's the fucking aftermath.
Yeah. I wish I was born in Canada. Me and Michelle were talking about that.
Why?
Because wrestling's cooler up there, I think. I don't know. It's cold though. I don't know. I don't actually want that, but yeah, right. I mean, that's like Hitman. I don't know. Canada seems cooler right now.
Yeah.
Good wrestling fans.
It's all right.
You think people shit their pants in wrestling shows in Canada?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But yeah, the main thing about this was the
You wouldn't take a pride in being born in the same country as Bruce Hart or Smith Hart?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Now, if I was a Hart,
well,
I'd be Bret Hart 2. Yes. No, because I have 2 T's, he has 1. So
right, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. If George Foreman can do it, he can do it.
It's an itty bitty T.
Right. If it's itty bitty T.
Yeah.
It's that big T. If George Foreman can do it, Stu Hart can do it. That's what I've always said.
So the best part of this was after the show. Sammy's like hugging his dad at ringside. He hugs his wife. While he's hugging his wife, you just see Chad Gable run up behind him, grip him up, and German suplex him on the floor.
So big time heel change.
Yeah, dude, right out of his wife's arms. It was so fucking
So like
sick.
the match was like I respect you, brother kind of match.
It was a Chad Gable coached Sammy up to beat Gunther.
Yeah,
and then Chad was like, "Hey, man, like."
So it's Rocky 3.
Yeah, well, Phil never saw Rocky.
Well, Phil's not here, so it doesn't matter. But it's Rocky 3.
Yeah.
Phil, if you're listening, watch Rocky 3.
Phil, if you listen, hi.
You'll understand.
But yeah, he just runs up behind, grips him up, like he's hugging his wife.
Nice, that's great.
He just grips him up and German suplex him on the floor.
Yeah.
Does it like 3 more times.
Yeah.
Throws him back into the ring. Sammy's like, it's weird. He's like in between the middle and the top of the second rope. In in the corner in the post, and Gable's just wrenching his ankle ankle lock.
Nice.
Ooh.
Just Percocet's falling out of his mouth.
I was like, here we go.
Yeah,
let's fucking go, Chad Gable.
It's a good feud for sure.
Remember 5 years ago when he was Shorty G?
That was 5 years ago now.
Yeah, 2019.
Wow. All right, well,
can
always come back.
Crazy.
Yeah. So just really quick for those of you who don't know, Apollo Creed teaches Rocky how to run on the beach, and that gets him to beat Mr. T after Mickey dies. And then, spoilers, Clubber Lang.
There you go. Thank you. Prediction?
And Pain. Hey, woman. Hey, woman. Oh, that movie fucking rules. I cry so much when Mickey dies.
Yeah.
But then when he's like, hey, woman. Oh, my God. Mr. T is such a nice guy in real life, and he plays such a douchebag. And, oh, my God. Clubber Lang is so fucking
Clubber
good.
Lang is wild.
So good. Prediction? Pain.
There used to be a hardcore band in Jersey called Clubber Lang.
Nice. But so Apollo Creed and Duke rules too, teaches Rocky how to run on the beach and then how to move side to side while he boxes. And then that gets him to beat Mr. T and he gets his title back. Because he's paper champion.
Yeah. So fucking good, dude. But yeah, this...
That's for Phil. There you go, Phil.
This whole match and angle had me fired up.
Yeah, that's cool.
And a lot of people online are like, okay, here's your Perk Angle run.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of weight to that feud, too. Like, I think you can get a lot out of that, for sure.
A ton.
Because you can involve Otis...
Dude, well, that's what everybody's thoughts. What's going to happen with Otis
and Maxine Dupree, whatever her beautiful name is,
whatever. And Akira Tozawa, he runs with them.
All right. I mean, he watched Stardom with us. It can't be all that. That's
true.
Bad.
But listen,
took his hat off when he saw Aja Kong.
You're not seeing the vision. Kurt Angle, he had Team Angle.
Yeah, Team Gangle.
Yes, Team Gangle.
Team Gangle. So I'm just coming up with listen. It just comes up. It's just brilliance. I can't control it.
That's what we're calling it.
That's what it is. Yeah.
So he had his tag team. He had Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah.
Charlie Haas.
The
fucking Creed brothers are right there.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I think Sammy would die.
It's there.
And then you're going to with Sammy Owens and the Good Uso.
Yeah.
Against new Team Gangle.
Yeah. It's right there.
Was that a new clip of Charlie Haas? Did you see that clip of Charlie Haas with that dude? Like fighting that dude or whatever?
No.
Was that old?
I get sad.
Was that Charlie Haas though? Did you see it? Oh, I swear to God, Charlie Haas like fought a fan or some shit this week.
I think that's old.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I kind of remembered hearing about it.
I didn't think Charlie Haas was still wrestling,
but yeah.
He looked like shit.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Chad Gable and the Creed brothers.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go. Even if you want the Creed brothers to fuck up Otis. Because Otis is trying to be goofy still or whatever.
Oh, yeah, then you put Otis with Sammy, and then you don't need that Uso.
Yeah, there you go. You do
get
Sammy.
Owens.
Yeah, because I think... Oh, yeah, because Jay, he's the number one contender for Damian Priest, I believe.
Oh, yeah, so you'll have Otis do the old switcheroo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
So Sammy, Owens, and Otis.
That was 2021.
Yeah,
that was during the pandemic.
So,
that was pandemic wrestling. Charlie Haas fought a fan. All right.
So, but yeah, great fucking ending to Raw.
Yeah.
Has me super fired up for that Intercontinental title program. Mm-hmm. It's going to be great. I don't give a fuck. It's just going to rock. AEW?
It was Rodney Mack that knocked the fan out when the guy went after Charlie Haas and Rodney Mack knocked him out.
What was he doing, like a white boy challenge?
Yes.
God damn it, did I love those. Shout the fuck out, Marcus.
He said,
What's up,
he said,
brother?
we were just doing our thing out there. It was just instinct. I just saw something out of my peripheral vision, and I just saw Charlie, and then I just went instinct. I just reacted. I have gotten physical with a fan quite a few times. I guess maybe 3 or 4 different times.
Oh, that's sick.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
So
Roddy Mack ruled.
there you go.
You know some Mack militant. Oh, I'll get fired up right now for some Roddy Mack. Is
Wait,
Roddy
I might
Mack married to Jazz?
I might have to switch the music in the beginning of the episode.
I'm pretty sure Roddy Mack's married to Jazz.
Really?
If we still did our old format, I'd say let's do the best of Roddy Mack.
Oh.
Just choking people out in the White Boy Challenge and be sick. Let's just want to do a rewatch.
He is married to Jazz since 2008.
I thought so. Let's do a rewatch of the White Boy Challenge.
All right. He's got a lot of names. He went by a lot of stuff. The notorious DOG.
Yeah.
Mack Militant.
You know it's the Mack Militant. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So, AEW, you want to get into it?
I guess. I'm sorry. I'm looking at pictures. I'm looking at Jazz's Wikipedia.
Oh. Rampage didn't watch.
Not me either. I'm not a fool.
Nope.
Sorry. If there's something good on Rampage, I'll watch it, but there's nothing good.
Nope.
I'm not going to waste my fucking time.
Not me.
I've been struggling with burnout. And I know I've been saying this, I think, a bunch, but like, I'm really struggling with burnout. Particularly like all of the discourse from last week. And then like, not only is there discourse, but there's also fucking bad wrestling TV shows you're giving me.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel real burned out. So like when I
pick, brother.
Right. So when I looked at Rampage, I was like, nah, my burned out ass ain't watching anything on this fucking show.
I didn't watch it
No
either.
thank
I'm all
you.
set, brother.
No thank you.
Yeah. Collision.
Did Soraya's dumb brother wrestle on that Rampage though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
I'm good.
No fucking way.
What a fucking idiot that is.
Yep.
All right. Collision.
Yes.
We're colliders. I'm good with being a collider.
Yeah. The House of Black versus, I just have written down here the Flippies.
Yeah.
It was what? Matt Sydal, Action Andretti.
And Dante Martin,
Yeah,
because
Darius was getting his pilot's
license. I will say, we had Bobby Cruz ring announcing for this.
Yeah.
Which is I like Bobby Cruz just fine.
Good to hear Bobby Cruz.
Not as good to look at as Dasha was, but he speaks. He doesn't.
Dasha no longer with the company.
Right, he doesn't fuck up on the mic as much. Poor Dasha. And I like I like Shivani and Daddy Magic standing up, recapping the New Japan show. AEW's doing little things on their shows like this that they're like experimenting with.
You know why? Because WCW used to do it.
Right, because they're listening
to do that.
They're listening to the people, and we talked about it a couple weeks ago with the promos, like the Willow promo and a couple other ones where they're on the ramp.
WWF did that too,
right? Absolutely,
yeah.
But they're on the ramp with the crowd behind them.
Yeah, it's different.
Talking, it just looks so different.
What's old is new again,
right? And you have guys like Shivani there. If you're smart, you're still calling Stinger up and being like, "Hey, what works, buddy?" Because that makes you stand out to me. It makes it look different. Outside of like how much better the in-ring stuff usually is. But like those little things, I'm like, oh man, that looks so fresh, even though it's, might as well be from Power Hour.
Love it.
But this match, the Flippy guys, as you said,
yeah,
it was fun, man.
I thought so too. It was a fun opening trios match.
My only complaint, it's a silly one. I'm gonna lead. I'm being silly.
Okay. Silly boy doing
when
silly bit.
Brody King dove on the 3 Flippy guys, there should have just been 3 bloodstains in the match.
I do agree with that. Yes.
Those men do not get to handle beef like that flying at them.
Handle beef.
You don't get to handle beef on the hoof coming at you that fast. That is, he flies like a Boeing aircraft that has dropped its landing gear because of the lack of safety protocols.
He is so fucking good.
It's fucking great.
More on
Love
him.
him.
More on him
Love
later.
Only
He's
one
so fucking awesome.
If they keep him all awesome, but I don't ever want them to let him go. I fucking love
rocks.
him. I love him.
Another decent rocker I thought was Shibata versus Lee Moriarty.
You mean the newest Rockers? Al Snow's new tag? Sorry.
Leaf Cassidy.
Shibata Moriarty?
Yeah.
Was really solid.
I agree.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this before. We both like Moriarty. We're just like, I don't know if he's quite there yet. Right? He's definitely a Ring of Honor guy.
He's
a talented, super talented indie guy, right?
For sure.
So when they were in the beginning, around the time they signed him, and they were like, all right, who are we going to round up? It's like, well, look at this dude. Like, this dude's killing it. He's not TV, not that he's not TV ready because he looks good
He's
here.
Been bounced around
but he
a
needs
little
a bit
bit.
more. Yeah. He's
He's
stuck with Shane Taylor, and I hate that they tease Shane Taylor versus Shibata here. But yeah, but we do get a Mina Shirakawa recap, and I feel I needed to mention that because Mina Shirakawa. She was trending on Twitter this week.
Because Toni Storm was wearing her clothes.
Me too.
Which leads me to Toni Storm.
Yes.
Versus Azumi.
Yes.
Hey. Azumi is fucking awesome.
Brother, I was screaming. I fucking love this match. Love this match.
I'm kind of upset I didn't get a mark pick with Azumi.
Right? I was like, holy shit. Yeah, and they've already said they're bringing her back in like June and Forbidden Door and all that.
Yeah.
So like, Tony at the commercial break is whooping Azumi's ass. The neck bumps, hard hits. Like, this match is honestly great.
Tony brought her Stardom boots.
Absolutely. This is what this division should be. I think if somebody could teach Anna Jay how to wrestle, they'd have $1 million because when she comes on, I cannot. And I think this is the way for everybody. Like when Anna Jay's on my TV, I'm like, my eyes are on Anna Jay, right? But when the bell rings, my eyes aren't on Anna Jay anymore. So teach her how to wrestle, and you print money with Anna Jay.
She needs to go do a tour of Stardom.
Right. I don't even think she's necessarily that bad, but she's certainly not on this level. And like,
she's still so young.
Right. So you teach her how to work like this, and you are printing money. Mm-hmm. Printing money.
I agree.
But only because she's in the background. I love this match. Azumi fucking rules.
Yeah.
And I am still on my Joshi high.
Good.
And I will tell you that Joshi wrestling is better than whatever kind of wrestling you like. I will say that outright. They are fucking killing it right now. Every Joshi promotion is rocking on a level that a lot of the male promotions, particularly Japanese male promotions, are having a hard time reaching.
I agree.
And the fact that we're getting Mina Shirakawa last week, we got Azumi this week with promise of her coming back.
Yep.
Like the Tony's impressed, the gears are rolling. We're going to see a lot more of these Stardom ladies now that pervert Rossi's out.
Here's my one thing.
Yeah.
I need them to actually win matches.
Yes, true.
Because here's the problem with when New Japan guys were coming over to AEW, they were always losing.
It's always been the problem, even back to Kurosawa.
They need, holy shit. They need to actually win.
Right, and they're not going to beat the champ. This was a,
I'm not saying they
this
need
was
to
a
be a champ.
This was a, what the fuck do they call these dumb
Title
fucking matches?
Eliminator.
Right? I think you probably could have had the Eliminator here and then said, well, she's leaving, but when she comes back, she gets a title shot. Mm-hmm. Do that, run that back at Forbidden Door or something. But I don't think anybody was expecting this match to be as good as it was.
No, Azumi fucking rocks, man.
And she's young. I was gonna say her name before, but I didn't want to blow it when we were talking about Rossi for Marigold looking for like 13-year-olds. Like, she's only like 21, but she's been wrestling since she's like 13.
So it's the famous quote where Rossi told her that you're never going to be successful because your face looks too old.
He said that to Azumi? Mm-hmm. She doesn't look old. Rossi's Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I might have. I wonder if it was on that. Remember that show that ran for like a season, The Wrestlers?
Yeah.
Where the guy was like going around and interviewing like the different territories and all that. Yeah. Pretty sure it was on that.
Really? Mm-hmm. What the fuck is wrong with wrestling promoters?
Yep. That's Rossi.
What's going on? It is Rossi. That's true.
Listen, man, I know he's a fucking weirdo, but like, you got to fucking have for talent.
Right.
But Azumi is.
Yeah, I love this match. Watch this match. If you didn't watch Collision, go back and watch this match. Yeah. I genuinely, I was like, holy shit. This match ruled.
What did you think of the Thunder Rosa promo?
I don't have any notes. I don't know. No.
I thought it was really good.
I've been liking what Rose has been doing as a whole. But I don't think this really like changed my mind or anything. No,
I thought it was good, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was one of those where she's, crowds in the background and she's like, I'm fighting for my people and you people that never gave up on me. And, talking about like her back and stuff. She's like, I'm strong enough to carry this weight, Okay. It's like, all right. Yeah. It was good.
I like what she was doing.
And then she gets real mad about Toni Storm and she's like, Toni Storm, she goes, I'm going to send you to the graveyard.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
That was a good line.
I was going to say this, and not that I had a problem at any point, but Rosa's up for letting me be a little greasy here. She's looking good again. She's back. Oh, she's doing her thing. She always looked good, and she never looked bad at all. But like, she's running out. I guess it's just she wears jeans on TV more. Is really what it is. I like what I like. But I think Rose has been doing some good stuff.
Yeah.
If she can just not stiff her opponents and then decide to sandbag her opponents, we'll see what happens. But
last thing I have is the main event.
Oh, yeah, hold on. In response to right after the Rosa thing, we also got a Deonna Purrazzo promo. What? Oh, do you understand her character? Do you know what they're doing with her?
No, I just can't think of. All I'm thinking of is that clip from The Observer today.
What?
Did you hear it?
Oh, Brian!
Brian!
Yeah. So, like, I don't want to... What was the rest of that? Was he upset that he was bashing
I didn't
her?
hear the rest of it.
Because, like...
well, they're talking about the match on Dynamite, which...
We're gonna talk about Deonna and Dynamite. I'll save it.
Yeah.
I'll save it till she's actually in the ring and looking terrible.
Yeah, so this is Claudio and Danielson going up against Hobbs and Kyle Fletcher.
AEW, where the best wrestle, Brett.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard me.
Yes.
AEW, where the best wrestle.
I heard you.
Did you hear them say it 19 times on TV on Saturday?
WCW is where the big boys played. And,
that's true. Look at the adjective. You fucking moron.
Look at the adjective. Wrestle.
Right.
We didn't come here to wrestle.
Right. So, yeah. Dragon Claudio versus Hobbs and Fletcher.
Brother, I love this.
It's awesome.
Shit, man.
It's awesome.
It's long.
Shocking.
It's a long TV main event.
Yeah.
They gave it time. Everybody looked fucking killer.
Fletcher pulling up the mat and trying to roll it back. No, I'm not making fun of him. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I love it because he's like, Hobbs, will you hold this fucking thing? And then Hobbs gets distracted and it flops back down. He's like, fuck it.
Yeah. Obviously, Claudio and Danielson get the win. Aftermath, Takeshita comes out and beats the shit out of Danielson.
So, with Danielson, I don't know, like, speaking about that part with the mat, I don't know if it was planned that way. But, did you hear me?
Yeah. What's going on over there?
Put another cough drop in. When Fletcher has that problem with the mat, right, he was clearly going to put him on the thing. And maybe Dragon was going to reverse out of it anyway and not take the bump on the concrete. But the fact that he was having the problem with the mat, and then Dragon reverses it and it doesn't happen, I'm like, how smart. Like, maybe that was the plan the whole time. But, like, it was like, oh yeah, Dragon's gonna be like, no, I'm not taking this now. You blew the fucking opportunity. We got to make this look good. I really like that part.
I just love also this match that everybody was just laying their goddamn shit.
Oh yeah. Man, this is absolute tag chaos, near perfect for me. And like just after this match, I was like, Tony, the rest of AEW, just do this. Just get guys in a ring and go do that. That right there.
It's like, oh hey, all four of you are fucking awesome. Yep. Let's just go. 25 minutes.
Right.
Do what you want.
Right. The only difference is, can fucking Willie Hobbs win a goddamn match in this company?
Yeah, that is the bad part. But Takeshita comes out. That brainbuster on the entrance was
insane. This man has a match on the pay-per-view coming up.
Yeah.
And there's what he's doing, and he's in a fucking bunkhouse match on Saturday the night before?
I love him so much.
What a crazy person.
So perfect.
Crazy person.
And then, of course, you watched Battle of the Belts after this, right?
So,
I'm not going to talk about it because I watched it, but I don't give a fuck.
Do you think Ospreay leaves the Callis family at Dynasty?
That's what they're angling.
Right. It seems to be what they're angling for because he was like, why are you doing this and that and the other thing here?
That's later, yeah.
Yeah.
I watched Battle of the Belts. There's nothing to talk about.
So, the weirdest thing, I'm going to say is about Battle of the Belts. There's something to talk about. My DVR just ran into Battle of the Belts.
Oh, really?
Like, because I didn't remember to set it on the DVR. But I was like, oh, it's just here. I'll just watch it. And it cuts off at the Athena match. So I didn't see the Athena match, which was probably the best match on the card. But then I was like, I don't really need to watch that, though. I don't need to go out of my way.
No, you don't need to see Athena Red Velvet?
No, I don't.
Nope, me neither.
But we do get the development that Cool Kyle and Roddy are going to fight.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
Out of nowhere. It was a weird one, but whatever.
Well, because, yeah.
That whole thing with because Adam Cole's off the TV because his leg isn't getting better. That whole shit's dead in the water. Devil shit's gone.
Stop, man.
Fuck all that shit.
So bad.
Kyle and Roddy will be real good.
It's going to be great.
But they're going to have some bullshit schmaz and maybe Shibata comes out to help Kyle.
I kind of want Kyle to win the belt.
Ooh. If that devil thing's dead in the water like it is,
I don't need a fucking
put the
long
belt on
run.
Kyle.
Put it on Kyle.
And then have Shibata come out and challenge him for it.
And then watch me weep.
Yeah. And then watch Shibata's brain get removed from his skull.
Jesus Christ.
We also get deep challenging Yuka Sakazaki. But anyway, I digress.
Oh, yeah, that did happen.
Yeah. So, it's a high-profile match for Yuka. So
medium profile?
Well,
low to mid
higher profile
930 time slot profile. The fuck you talking about?
Higher comparatively.
That's a
relatively.
rampager. That's Maybe Collision.
Well, but Yuka hasn't been on anything else yet, so like
Yuka was on Collision.
Okay, so
she beat Trish Adora.
So
it's a Collision.
So as long as it's on Collision, it's not a downgrade. I stand by my statement. God damn it,
poor Yuka. I just love Yuka. So Dynamite.
Yes.
I guess we're talking a little out of order here.
Okay.
Because of the opening promo in Dynamite.
Okay. You want to talk New Japan right now? Is that what you're saying?
I don't want to get all over the place.
Well, we don't have to. We'll talk about it when we go to Japan.
Yeah.
Moxley's IWGP champion.
It's so
just fucking wait for it.
Cool.
Fucking wait for it. We'll talk about it in a bit.
Cool.
Just know that it's the right fucking decision. That the New Japan listens to us. Gato listens to the show, and they did the right thing. What we told 2-3 weeks ago. We said this is what you should do.
It makes me so happy.
It's the right fucking decision.
2-3 weeks ago. This is fucking like
Last
a month
week,
or two ago.
Whatever.
Oh, it makes me so happy.
We talk about it anyway. Right decision.
Yes. John Moxley's the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Comes out. So I wasn't watching this live. I was watching the Sixers game last night. Shout out.
It was like a win and they're in, right?
Yeah, they're 7th seed. Shout out Nick Batum. Right. What up, baby? I love the French. So Mox comes out. Dude, this fucking promo.
Yeah.
So I got a text during this from Marcus who said, I'm ready to run through a fucking wall. This was the, hey, there's bullshit around this company.
Yeah.
I'm going to come out. I'm going to stand in this fucking ring.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you, again, I'm going to be the one who has to restate our fucking mission statement here. This is where the best are. Not where the best wrestle, whatever.
It's where the best wrestle.
He's like,
it's where the best wrestle.
This is where you want to be. If you're worth a shit in this business, this is where you want to be.
Just about 1 second, popped in my brain. We didn't talk about this briefly, but on Collision, why wasn't? Do we know why it was 2-man? Why like? Is the booth? Is it Nigel usually on Collision?
Man, I don't know.
Because like I thought Shivani and Daddy Magic did an excellent job.
Oh yeah, they were great.
I would leave them the way it is. I thought they did a fucking great job.
Oh no, I like Nigel.
I like Nigel too.
Yeah, you have to. Have
Nigel. But Daddy Magic pulling his weight on that show.
Have all three of them.
Did a really fucking good job, and they have been for a while.
Yeah.
But him doing just color like the whole time, really such a good job.
Yeah, I agree.
But anyway, sorry.
Yes, you're good. Yeah, John Moxley he's the fucking man, and it was. Oh, this is a rewind to Brawl Out.
It's his company.
It's the Dynamite after Brawl Out again.
It's his company.
He's the one who had to go in that fucking ring and not go on vacation again.
Right.
And just had to stay like, this is my fucking house. This is the best wrestling company in the world. If you're worth a shit, you're here.
Yeah.
And then he turns his attention to the Blackpool Combat Club, Callis family.
Yeah.
He's like, you boys don't want it. He goes, I promise you, I'm not what you want.
Yeah.
And he says, I'm going to call it the biggest one of you. Will Hobbs, Dynamite next week. You're done.
That's right.
Fuck yeah.
Right.
I'm ready to rock.
Sadly, Hobbs is going to lose, but
fine.
I think it's going to be great.
He's going to get fucking obliterated.
But like Mox proves, I think people forget, I think maybe even I forget a little bit. Like, when Mox isn't there, you forget that this is his company.
Yeah,
it really
100%.
is. It's his.
He's
the ace of AEW. He's the guy. He's
the ace of the goddamn world,
right.
Bitch. According to him,
he's the rudder, like, for this company. Like, he is the one who like the rest of the company reacts to his decisions in a weird way, but like not in like an actual booking way, but like he guides that ship. As a performer, as a personality, and as a wrestler. And again, you know, you say this all the time, like, and I openly admit it, like, I hated Dean Ambrose. I'm not a Dean Ambrose guy. I never liked him. I didn't like anybody really from the Shield. Like, if I had to pick, probably my favorite guy, but like, out of those three, but like, I never liked him. I never got it. I never liked him. I love watching him on TV now.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite guys to watch. He is absolutely brilliant. He cuts promos like this that are great, and he just fucking crushes everything that he does.
Yeah.
And it's sad that he has to come in and be like, all right, fuckers, I'm gonna, let's okay, kindergarten, let's figure this the fuck out.
Yeah.
But he's good at it, and I hope he's, obviously he has other obligations now with his IWGP belt.
Sure.
But I hope he's there as much as he can, and it also gives AEW a second belt to use in their main events here and there if they really wanted to.
Yeah, as long as they clear it with the Office.
Right. Well, he ain't losing. He can still wrestle people.
But, yeah, never mind. We'll talk about that later. Mox has been my dude for a very long time. Before he was goddamn Dean Ambrose.
Sure.
Like, I always liked that dude. WWE, like, I remember, like, watching him in WWE, and I love Dean Ambrose. But it was always like, when are they going to let him be Moxley?
Right.
When are they going to let him be, like, this crazy, unhinged, like, fuck, you know?
They did. They put him in a gas mask. They gave him a fur coat.
They let him spray ketchup and mustard on people. Yeah. Like, it was just like, when is it going to happen? This
was a guy who Terry Funk gave a chainsaw on TV, and I was like, I'm good.
Yeah. Like, and it just, you know, I know it was spring break a couple years ago. There's a picture of him, just blood everywhere. And somebody goes, this man has officially killed and eaten Dean Ambrose.
Right.
And, you know, I saw somebody say this the other day. It might have been today I saw it. And it made me think, like, wow, this is like a very good statement. Cody Rhodes needed to leave AEW and go back to WWE. Yeah. Needed to happen. Moxley needed to leave WWE and find AEW.
Absolutely.
Like, and that's why the whole, there's 2 wrestling companies in the States that are big, and that's a good thing.
Right.
These guys can leave and go find themselves. And not that, like, Cody wasn't finding himself in AEW, but the crowd was done with him. So it was it. It was done.
So there is a big difference, and you're absolutely correct about that. But the differentiating
okay. What's happening?
The difference is that Mox's situation that needed him to leave was not of his own doing. And Cody is very much of his own doing. It doesn't change anything, right? It's a small little detail. But like Cody thought he was something else in AEW and thought that AEW needed something else. And so almost immediately backed himself into a corner, fucked his future in that company, with like, I'll never challenge for the belt again and blah, blah, blah. Whereas Dean Ambrose was just getting hamstrung by booking and talent and writing and all that kind of shit. But it's absolutely correct. Cody's where he belongs. Moxley's where he belongs. I think if AEW folded tomorrow, I don't know that Mox goes back to WWE.
I often wonder.
You know, I think
he's ever going to go back for like one last legacy run.
Maybe,
I don't think
he needs to. I think he just lives in Cincinnati, flies to Japan every couple of weeks, and does his tours there.
Fucking hot ass wife.
Right? Exactly.
Shout out Miss Renee.
You know, does the indies because he loves doing that.
Yeah,
and then just back and forth in Japan.
He's backed that off a bit.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
he's not having death matches against Nick Gage.
He's doing the Japanese Bloodsport show.
Is he?
He's on the. I saw he's on the fucking flyer. Unless that was that like a dream booking thing?
Maybe. I didn't see. I don't think he's on.
Okay.
That'd be wild if he was. So I don't think he is. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, Jon Moxley. I fucking love him so much, and I'm very happy that he is on my television pretty much every week because that is my fucking dude.
Yes.
The CEO, Mercedes Moné, talks in the backstage about getting jumped, and she's going to find the bitch that did it.
Yeah.
Because in the end, money talks, or whatever her fucking tagline was. And she states, I will wrestle whoever at Double or Nothing when I'm cleared.
Okay.
So she's not cleared. I know it's been like the speculation that she's not cleared. I get why you brought her in at the TD Garden show in Boston, Papa House. Totally understood.
Mercedes isn't cleared?
Yeah, she's not cleared. She states in the promo, like, when I'm cleared.
How is she still not cleared?
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
That's how bad her fucking foot was, man. I guess it was, like, pretty gnarly.
She wrestled. Didn't she wrestle in AEW yet?
No.
She just did her move and shit.
That's it.
Oh.
Yeah, she hasn't wrestled.
Huh.
Yeah, and she says, like, at Double or Nothing, which is, like, Memorial Day weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So, I know she's been back in the ring training and stuff, but hasn't actually wrestled, so. Yeah, though, when she said that, I went, ooh, well, that's not great.
Yeah.
You know what was great?
What?
Brody King and Julia Hart against Adam Copeland and Willow Nightingale. They do the deal where Willow's injured before she can come out. And it's Brody versus Copeland most of this match.
Yeah.
And this is where I was like, man, I've known it for a long time, but goddamn, Brody King is so good.
Yeah.
Adam Copeland, real, like, big human, didn't look bigger than Brody, which is like, that's been a main issue with WWE guys come over and go, oh, wait a minute. These are actual giant-sized human beings.
Yeah.
I love when he killed him on the outside with that running crossbody against the barricade. That is so dope. But when Willow comes out and gets the tag on Copeland and hits Brody with the crossbody, that place goes nuts. And when she does the bark...
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
The rolling, the cannonball on Brody in the corner. Awesome.
Michelle, I swear to God, Michelle was on her feet. She was watching it. She's like, wait, what's happening?
Yeah.
She's like, she's like, why are they teaming up? And I was like, oh, well, it's mixed tag. It's, and she's like, what, they don't fight each other? I was like, no, they normally don't. Like, maybe some little interactions. I said, but that's about it. I said, I would really like to see Willow, like, chest up against Brody and do like that. And then she gets jumped, and Michelle's like, that's bullshit. I'm like, it kind of is. But I'm like, but just wait, because Willow's going to come out. But yeah, her fighting Brody was so fucking cool.
Awesome.
Michelle loved, she's like, this is the most exciting I've ever been about wrestling. So we're getting her, everyone. We're getting her. Fucking getting her. We're getting her. Wearing it down like a fucking
slowly but surely.
Water torture. But yeah, this was fucking great. Brody's the dude. Yeah, like just all the way, man. I really genuinely love him.
Yeah. Julia hits Willow with the chain.
Yeah.
Puts her in that submission. Willow's just out cold. Then she keeps beating her up, and Mercedes runs out to make the save.
Yes.
And she, shakes hands with Copeland, and just her and Willow kind of look at each other. So
I was looking this up.
Okay.
8 hours ago, Barnett announced the matches for Bushido Bloodsport.
Okay.
And he tweeted about him going from his official Twitter account. So I can only see the matchups here. Josh Barnett versus John Moxley.
Oh, they are running that?
Minoru Suzuki, Timothy Thatcher.
Okay.
Masukatsu Funaki versus Davey Boy Smith Jr.
Are we sure this isn't an old one?
It's Bushido. It's Bloodsport Bushido. It's 8 hours ago from Barnett's Twitter account.
I swear that they've run these already. Whatever.
Sakuraba versus Santino Marella for whatever
reason.
Okay,
nope, that is new because I saw that and I went, no, that's dumb.
Quentin Rampage Jackson versus Hideki Shrek Sakine.
I hope he drives a truck with his own face on it again.
Konami versus Maya Fukuda. Hikaru Sato versus Hideki Suzuki. Taku Nomura versus Todd Duffy.
Todd Duffy?
Yep.
Ugh.
Eric Hammer versus Mike O'Hearn. The fucking bodybuilder guy.
Eric Hammer.
And Yu Izuka versus Fuminori Abe.
All right. Well.
So I think they're just like, oh, okay, Japan's going to get to see Mox versus, versus whatever. And so, but that's the official card as 4 hours ago, War Master tweeted it out. So,
that sounds...
And there it is from Fight TV. So.
That's
your card.
Something.
Yeah. And there's pictures that said this is the last time Mox and Barnett.
Crazy.
That was the last time they fought. So
I love John Mox. He was fucking huge there.
Yeah,
Holy
he does.
Shit.
Right?
Goddamn Mox rules.
There you go. But anyway.
All right, moving on.
Yes. Sorry.
I like the Renee sit down interviews with Samoa Joe. And,
that was cool.
Swerve.
Yeah, the other thing looks a little bit different. I like Renee doing it over Renee's JR or whoever. Great.
Renee is so good at her job.
Yes.
I like the Joe part where she's talking about, oh, well, he held your title last week. And he's like, nah.
Yeah.
He's never going to hold this title. That's the closest he's ever going to get.
Right.
And then where she's talking to Swerve, and Swerve says, I don't need to really be saying anything to you right now, Renee. I need to say it to Joe out in the ring, which is great.
Right. Absolutely.
The Elite. Against Danny Garcia, Penta...
Yeah.
And Pack.
Yes. So I like the idea of them cutting the FTR package because they're bad guys, right? And they're like, we'll stop this package. We're going to, whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool little tactic. I don't think they do it as well as other people would pull it off, but it's a neat little thing. It's a little WWE-ish, but it does do something, they're trying desperately to heat up this fucking match. They made it a fucking ladder match. It's dead in the fucking water.
Not according to Tony, it's not.
Tony who?
Khan.
Fuck that guy.
He's like, it added a lot of intrigue.
It didn't. It's dead in the water. And the match is going to be good, I'm sure. But nobody wants to see it. No. It's not interesting in any capacity.
No. The Elite win is pretty single-handedly.
I hate them on the mic during the match.
Yeah, it's an old when Booker T did it in TNA.
Right, also bad then. You know who else did it once? Veda Scott did it once. Also garbage. So
why'd you have to ruin my night?
But it's a really interesting choice for AEW to have a pay-per-view in a few days and having Okada and Penta just go full blast at each other.
Why not?
It's insane.
This is where the best wrestle, right?
There was a point, there was the crossbody or whatever where Penta hit him real high, and I was like, oh, fuck, Okada's not going to make it to pay-per-view.
Fucking awesome.
But then Okada murders Garcia.
Dude, when he hit him with the Rainmaker, I was like, Garcia might have gotten knocked out.
I saw it in slow motion. I was like, that
great.
thing is beautifully done. Garcia's fine. It
looks killer.
Like Okada does his job the right fucking way.
And then
great match and the great way to build to the pay-per-view for like the individual little segments here. Love it.
Pac chases Okada off with a hammer.
Right.
That rules. You know what doesn't rule, friend?
Brother, I can't wait to talk about this bullshit.
I just have in my notes, Chris Jericho fucking sucks.
Sucks so fucking bad. Dude, he's fucking terrible.
Yeah. He tries to get his fucking new lame ass shitty
Dude, I have him listed. You want to hear him?
Like 2 or 3 times, and nobody gives a fuck.
It was like 3 or 4 days ago or last week or whatever it was. They were like, Chris Jericho files new trademarks. And like, oh, when's he going to do these? Turns out,
all in this
fucking promo. The rarefied air of Jericho.
Sucks.
The learning tree. The educator.
Awful.
Wizard Mountain.
Fucking terrible.
Go fuck yourself.
You forgot about the vortex of Jericho.
Oh, the vortex. It's so fucking
where he
bad.
even pauses afterward and nobody gives a fuck.
He keeps waiting. They're terrible. They're terrible.
This shit's bad, dude.
Absolutely terrible. He pushes Taz. We don't get Taz kicking his fucking ass like we should because Taz is a very broken down old man. And Taz is like, oh, my knees.
As Joe pointed out, Jericho was wearing his Paul Stanley boots last
absolutely.
night. Looking way taller than Taz.
But like,
Taz is about 7 feet. So that's
when he stands on his wallet.
Yes.
I don't love, and I've said this before, like I don't love the Taz and Hook dynamic. Like Hook keeps.
You don't love the father-son?
Right. Well, I just Taz shouldn't be a loving father. The Taz in my brain should have killed and eaten his young.
The Tasmaniac, yes, but not Taz.
But like Hook just keeps getting overexposed to me. But I like when like Jericho's pushing him and Taz is like, lay off. And I was like, Taz is gonna get him.
I thought
you don't have to have good knees to put somebody in the kata hajime.
I thought when he pushed Jericho, I thought Taz was going to fucking put him in the Taz mission.
Right.
And you would have heard me scream from here.
Absolutely. I still think there's a chance we get a suplex. I still think that Taz is going to want to be involved and have at least a moment with his kid in the ring in that capacity, right? I think because he is actually a good human and seemingly and a good dad, he is going to want to have that moment.
I don't know, though.
Maybe he won't want to take the moment from Hook. I don't know. Yeah. But I so desperately want to see him Tazplex or Tazmission Jericho because Jericho fucking stinks. And then, so not only does he have all these trademarks that he's dropping that don't get over.
Cody in the Tazmission? Oh, it's the coolest thing.
So like, not only do we get him running down all these things, he also name drops everybody who's like, who got better after him. It's like, oh, really? Well, how about we run some of the footage of the finishes of those matches, you piece of shit.
Part of me is like, okay, this has to be Jericho leading into what people are saying to him online. The other part of me is like, no, he really is a little delusional.
Yeah.
So I just I'm good on all this shit. I don't care about it at all.
I don't. Jericho's is an anomaly. I don't care about it at all. I'm going to continue to talk about it. Jericho is this anomaly to me because can you name someone that was widely considered, almost universally agreed upon to be an actual great, right? Jericho could be on some people's Mount Rushmores.
Absolutely.
He is certainly an all-timer. Absolutely. You top whatever you want to put him in, you can make the fucking argument, right? Has there been someone of that stature work so hard to move themselves down a fucking list like Jericho is? I think he's in the territory of actively harming his legacy with this shit. It's that bad. The crowd has turned on him that fucking much, and everything he does is that bad.
You can talk and listen, like, not necessarily my opinion about the dude, but you can, Taker.
Okay.
He did a lot towards the end of his run to kind of bastardize everything. And I saw him this week where he's like, Mania, the fire went out of my belly.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah, he's like, I was really like left unsettled, and I didn't.
Because like The Rock challenged him, or like on Twitter was like, "Oh, see you down the road, big guy." That's good. The fire should have been on your belly 20 years ago. No, that's not true. At least 10. When I was at the comic shop talking about wrestling, Becky and Dave were like, "Well, Undertaker can have another match." No, he can't.
Let it go.
I was like,
and that's what he kind of says. Like, I'm kind of at peace now.
We as wrestling fans watched him nearly die for like the last 3 or 4 matches that he had.
The Jackhammer 18.
Yeah, and we can't anymore.
My favorite move.
We can't.
But yeah, this Jericho stuff sucks.
Yes.
Deonna Purrazzo, Mariah May, also not very good.
So I was going to talk about Deonna on Collision, but I'll talk about her here because she was in the ring. Can we end this? Can we end the experiment?
Yeah, it's not ending anytime soon, unfortunately.
Because I think she's proven that it's not working.
I'm not it's just, again, I think, and we talked about this with and Helico earlier, I think that style is better in front of a smaller indie crowd than it is in an arena like that.
Yes.
Just the way that they do their version of technical wrestling.
Right.
Like, listen, Zack Sabre Jr., he could do it anywhere. He makes it work. Danielson makes it work.
Yeah.
But everybody else just it almost dies a death, kind of.
And her technical wrestling doesn't even bother me necessarily. I am only a fan of that sort of wrestling when it's done by the best. Like I think there's a big drop off between the 5 people that can do it really good in the world and everybody else.
Sure.
But like Purrazzo comes out and the crowd is confused because we don't know what her character is. We don't know what she's supposed to be.
She's the virtuoso.
Right, but is she a good guy? Is she a bad guy?
We've been saying that
she acts cocky, but then she's supposed to be... Right. But like, you're not... Tony Storm isn't getting fucking booed.
DJ!
So Mariah May isn't getting fucking booed.
No.
And like, I'm not saying she doesn't have a place here, but when they signed her... It was like right before the women's division, like right before Rossi left.
And they put her right in the middle.
It was right before Mercedes was coming in, like all that shit. So like she seemed like this huge get, and she was. But very shortly after, you're getting matches with Azumi, you're getting Mina, you're getting Mariah May there. You know, Sasha shows up, and you're like, oh, Deonna was the best available at the time.
Sure, yeah.
And I just don't think she works. I think if she comes out as a heel, and here's the other problem, if you switch her completely heel and she's like, I'm the virtuosa, I'm this fantastic technical wrestler, then what the fuck does Serena Deeb do? Because that's what Serena Deeb is doing. And while Serena Deeb may be a slightly worse promo than Deonna, maybe.
Yeah.
She's certainly a better wrestler than Deonna.
I do agree with that.
So like, where does Deonna fit? And that's like, I don't want her to, I think she has value. But I'm like, but this ain't it. And the experiment needs to end. They're treating her like a superstar. And that's good. That's what you do when you want people to be made and you want to create a star. You got to treat them like a star, right? But you do, and it's an unfair comparison, but looking like Okada comes in, is a star, backs up that he's a star.
Sure.
Not that that's the same level, but it's just it's a recency thing.
Yeah.
But like Deonna was brought in right to the top. She's a star. She's going to get title matches. She's this big deal we bring in. And I don't think she's lived up to that. And you can't hang on if she's not living up to that. This is coming from a person that just read 12 issues or 11 issues of The Incredible Hulk and didn't like and was like, I'm still spending my money a little too fucking long.
Yeah.
But like, you eventually have to say, all right, let's reset, go home, rest up.
Sure.
And come back with some ideas because this ain't cutting it.
Well, and that's the problem when you bring somebody in immediately and put them right into a title match.
Right.
And they lose.
Right.
Where do you go?
Right.
And I know like they're teasing now her and Rosa having issues together. Okay. Which I did like the post match with Rosa coming out.
She does some things well.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she's like dog shit. This just isn't working. So you got to figure it out.
Yeah. I like when Rosa runs out afterwards.
Yeah.
Cracks Luther right in the face.
Murders Luther. I was laughing my ass off. Deathmatch Luther.
Yeah.
Deathmatch legend.
Deathmatch legend.
Crushes him.
Beats up Tony.
Yeah.
Puts Tony in the camel clutch. Smears the makeup all over her face. Tony Schiavone.
My favorite line.
Yep. That's not even her shade.
That's not even her color.
As
I said, Michelle, you got to hear that. And she came and was like, what? It's like, she rubbed the makeup all over her face. She said, that's not even her color. Michelle's like, that's hilarious.
Yep. That made me
very, very,
very
funny.
happy.
Absolutely.
All right. Listen, I love Orange Cassidy.
Okay.
This Shane Taylor shit sucks.
No, I'm good.
Yeah. I like Trent hitting Christopher Daniels in the head with a chair.
Yeah, looked great.
That was fun, but
So
I just...
It's, again, very weird. They don't know what to do with Orange Cassidy since the title, right?
Trent.
Yeah, right. Which is fine, whatever. Yeah. And Orange Cassidy's great, and like, obviously he's great, and should be doing much more. Little crowd at the top. He was at the top for a long time, so you got to cool him off. I think you cool him off. You just let him take a break for a little bit, not making him wrestle Shane Taylor. And Anthony fucking Ogogo, the roster that you have, and you're like, oh, let's bring Anthony Ogogo back to TV.
I don't get Shane Taylor.
Me either.
I don't get it. I don't think he's good.
No.
Some people do, which is fine.
Right.
It's not for me. It never was.
And I said that too in the Discord. Like, this is your roster, and we're getting Shane Taylor segments every week. He's been on TV every week for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And with his productions, and like the only guy I'm even marginally interested in is Lee Moriarty, because Lee Moriarty has matches against Shibata like he did that Shane Taylor can't do. That for goddamn sure Anthony Ogogo ain't fucking doing. Why? What are you doing?
Yeah, not for me.
I don't understand. I understand you got to put people on your TV shows. You got to fill time, and you're not going to put a top guy in here to lose the OC. But like, why are you dream matching with everybody else? And Orange Cassidy is wrestling Shane Taylor sub-main event or whatever it is on a fucking Dynamite. It's very confusing.
Yeah.
And I think a guy like Orange Cassidy, who and somebody got sent around the internet of Chris Jericho this week, was like from a while ago saying like, I think Orange Cassidy would be champion. Everybody's like, oh, what a fucking bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all.
No.
But like, I think if you don't have something of value, and maybe the Trent thing will be of value, right? It's best friends breaking up. Hopefully Chuck E.T. gets better. Statlander will get involved. I think that's where Statlander's heel turn is going to be, because it's going to be her and Trent or whatever. I think you might even said that last week, so I don't know. I can take claim for that. But if you don't have anything interesting,
always take credit.
I do. If you don't have anything more interesting to do with Orange Cassidy, it's almost better to keep him off TV.
I agree. I do agree with that.
Because you don't want to run the risk of the fans being like, okay, because he's not losing, and you're not gonna. But like, he can just be off TV. I love him. He's not at the level he was last year at this time, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Pulled off.
He's allowed to, right? But like, if you after this Trent thing, if you're not seriously looking at Orange Cassidy versus Okada. And I mean that very honestly.
Oh, yeah, that should happen eventually.
Then I think you're thinking about the wrong things here. I think Orange Cassidy needs to be. You brought in all this new fucking talent. You have all these new guys at the top. Orange Cassidy needs to be there because he's super over with the crowd and could be having like him. Okada will fucking crush.
It'll be great,
right? Has he ever had an actual program with Jay White? Like, there's a lot of people around.
God, fucking save Jay White,
right?
Please,
that
dude.
too, right? Jay White's the same way. At least they're unifying the titles and all that kind of shit.
I just like
it's something.
Get him, away from the Acclaimed, please.
Yeah, right. And that's what they're gonna do.
I just
they're gonna unify the belts like we've been saying forever. They should do, and then I also hope more for Jay White, but at least having a title means he'll be on TV a bunch. And the Bullet Club Gold is over. Hopefully, Juice comes back soon.
Yeah, I hope. But
yeah, right. But he's another guy. Like, it's almost better to not have him on TV than waste them. But they are unifying titles. They better fucking win.
On the pre-show.
I think. Yeah, that's fine. Eddie Kingston, Jun Akiyama was on the pre-show time ago. So
title match, man.
Yeah, but right. Well, that's true because what the fuck did they add? They added like Jericho hook to the main card. Yeah. That should be on the pre-show.
Yep.
But Jericho won't let that swing. Jericho throw a fucking shit fit.
Yep.
So at least having a title means he'll be featured on TV for a little bit more. But he's another one. It's almost better to not have him on TV if you don't have anything really quality to do with them, because they're too fucking good.
I agree
for that kind of shit.
Speaking of too fucking good, Will Ospreay versus Claudio Castagnoli is the main event.
It is
a certified dude's rocker.
Yeah, of course. Pretty much. I mean,
man,
not exactly what we thought it was going to be, but like really what it should be.
Yeah, this match was fucking awesome. Yeah. When Ospreay countered the big swing into that tornado DDT, I just was my jaw dropped. I was like, that's insane.
The thing for me that did that was when Claudio caught the Oz Cutter. It was so fucking smooth.
Yep.
I was like, how How do you catch another man who is equal size to you and not a knee buckles, like not even an arm hair bends? Like he's just like, boop, it's just what it is. Yeah. It's insane.
I know Ospreay today said he's like, Claudio might be the strongest dude I've ever been
That's
in the
what everybody
with.
says.
You know, like,
yeah.
This was fucking awesome,
It was
man.
great. Absolutely great.
Seeing Claudio in like a main event is always fun.
Yeah.
He actually main evented 2 shows this week.
Do you think that Claudio is the top guy on TV wrestling right now that's never held the world belt, like a main title? I think he's the best guy who's never done it. I mean, obviously like Shibata and Okada and all that shit, but that doesn't like.
Do you consider? Depends on what you consider the Ring of Honor.
I don't. No, I'm sorry, I don't. I mean, I do, but not in this case. I'm talking like AEW, WWE. I think in WWE, a lot of people said for a long time he should have had a run.
Yeah, he should have,
and he never did. Yeah. And it doesn't look like he's anywhere sniffing the top of AEW right now either.
No, and he doesn't need to be.
He doesn't need to be. But is he the best wrestler who's been around that long to never hold it? You look at guys like Sheamus who've had it, and I want to talk about Sheamus. Forgot to talk about Sheamus. Oh, yeah. I want to talk about Sheamus. But I mean, that would probably be one of, maybe not my top pick, but one of my top picks. Not necessarily whether he needs it or not, but the fact that like it's a little shocking nobody has ever heated him enough to get it.
Yeah, he's definitely in the conversation.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
So
yeah, I agree with that.
He is, except for that Dustin Rose match, always delivers. He's always tops. Everybody's allowed a bad night off.
Not those two.
That's true.
That was bad.
It was bad. What a heartbreaker.
End of the show.
Not since Tatanka was my heart that broken.
End of the show.
Yes.
Samoa Joe comes out. Swerve comes out. When Swerve does the fucking stomp off the top rope to the outside and like surfboards the security guards
who were
and gets
Spider
in
Nate
Joe's
Webb
face.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It's so fucking cool.
We're Spider Nate Webb, Beef.
I don't know what that is. I do know Beef is.
Gnarls Garvin. Calvin Tankman was one of them. And somebody on Twitter who I did not respond to also said, and Dan the Dad. And I was like, yep.
Cool.
Cool. But that was, I saw Spider Nate Webb and I was like, fucking Spider Nate Webb. And then I guess in Ring of Honor, like Manders and a couple of those guys wrestled on Ring of Honor this week. So they were there for Ring of Honor duties. So
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope Spider Nate, what I'm really saying is I hope that Spider Nate Webb worked this opportunity for free for the exposure.
What a fucking loser that guy was. Yeah, though, man, that was so cool. And I love them getting in each other's face and just brawling. And I love Swerve when he's going to the top rope to do the stomp. And the crowd's going ballistic for him. I'm going, okay, nope, they're still here.
Yeah, so that was my question. Here. Because I was worried about that too. Was that I was like, God, this seems so much hotter at the last pay-per-view. And I think in some ways it was. I think because I think now everyone's like, it's cool. It's cooled off a little bit, not because the program itself isn't as popular, but because people are like, all right, he has to win it here. At the 3-way, it was like, maybe he won't, but like if we're hot enough, we can will it into existence. And I think the crowd now is like, well, this is happening.
Like it has to happen. If it doesn't, I really am going to go, what are you doing?
If it doesn't, then I think I think Swerve works his way out of the company.
I love Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
No doubt. Mm-hmm. This needs to change.
Absolutely. I think Joe's had a great fucking run. I don't think anyone's going to have a problem.
Joe's the fucking man.
He's the fucking man. Absolutely.
This needs to change.
Yes.
Goddamn.
Did you see Nana's whole ass?
No, I didn't.
When he was doing the dance and he was doing the hop in a circle in the ring, his pants fell down in the back and his whole ass was out.
Like his butt cheeks?
Yeah. He saw his whole ass.
Good for Nana.
People were like, Nana should have wore a belt.
Yeah, fuck it.
It's fine, whatever.
It's Nana.
Yeah, it's a beautiful Ghanaian ass.
So, what did you want to talk about, Sheamus?
Oh, so I meant to talk about this in WWE, but I don't know if this was on SmackDown or Raw where Raw. And everybody's fat shaming Sheamus, and people are like photoshopping him to be fatter. And I can spot a Photoshop a mile away, but one, the dude's had like a neck injury for how fucking long?
It's spinal stenosis.
Right, I've had that. It sucks. And two, he's in way better shape than most people are ever going to be in.
Like mid-40s, I think.
I think he's like 48, actually. Late 40s.
I don't think he's that old. Let me check.
Check it up. But also, I think he looks better. This is what I want my wrestlers to look like.
Jesus, 46.
He's 46.
Well, I just turned 46.
Okay, 46. But like, I want my wrestlers to look like this.
Yeah, looks awesome.
Like, he's, of course, like, the impressive physique is when he's all cut and has, like, a 12-pack and shit. But, like, his little love handles and he's thick, he's just gonna start fucking punching people. I want dudes, like, that are built like this to beat the shit out of each other. I don't want a bodybuilder fighting. I want this dude to look like he just rolled out of a fucking bar and he's gonna kill you.
People forget, before he got hurt, he was putting on some fucking good matches.
Yeah.
Him and Gunther.
People were really, like,
McIntyre,
ragging on how fat he was. I'm like, no, he looks fucking good. He's going to fucking kill people more.
They were whooping ass.
It's just some cushion for the pushing, as my dad once told me, but I think it was about something else.
That might have been a different conversation.
I think it was about something else. I don't remember. It could be about wrestling. I don't know.
All right, so before we take a trip,
Yes.
somebody has a two-part
Two-part question. Okay, hold on.
for us.
Let me get my soundboard out. Do it the very professional way.
Soundboard. With no volume.
It was there. Shut up.
이제 이번 주에 에드 코디 질문입니다.
It almost sounds like the party boy music.
That's appropriate.
So this is the
Ed Cody, patented two-part question of the week.
Mr. Hayabusa himself.
Yes.
First part of the question. Do you remember when you found out wrestling was fake? It's not fake.
Still really me, damn it.
I remember being told when I was like 5, like almost immediately when I first saw it. I remember my dad saying, it's fighting, but not real fighting. It's like Power Rangers. Made sense to me.
No. I honestly don't remember.
I think I was like probably 9 when I found out. Something's up here, you know?
So I don't also remember, like, I don't remember when I thought it was real. I don't remember anybody, like, smartening me up or anything. But, like, so he says, like, he remembers his dad saying or whatever. My parents, grandparents, family members, none of them like or watch wrestling. They know nothing about wrestling. They're not like, oh yeah, I used to go when I was a kid, or I didn't have the grandparent that was like, I remember watching the Crusher, and, you know, so, like, I watched wrestling almost exclusively with my friends. Well, really exclusively with my friends. So I'm sure at some point we figured it out, or somebody told us. I don't know, but I don't have any recollection of either side of it.
Yeah, I'd say I was probably about 9.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember my grandfather, like, always like letting me watch wrestling and watching wrestling with me.
Yeah.
Which was cool as fuck. Mm-hmm. He would always rent me, like, videotapes, and I remember one night, specifically, it was a Monday Night Raw when I was a kid, and he let me stay up late as long as I didn't tell my grandmother, so we could watch Raw together.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, probably like 9, I think. And you know what almost, like, kind of solidified it, where I was like, something's up here. Mm-hmm. Gangrel.
Oh.
I was like, hey, that guy's a vampire.
Yeah.
How's he able to wrestle?
Okay.
Something's up here. And, like, when he used to spit the blood, he'd be like, I don't think that's real blood.
That's funny.
What's going on here?
All right.
So I'd say probably about 9 years old.
So I just looked because we talk about this all the time on the show. I remember Tatanka's turn to the $1 million, right? And I remember how I felt when that happened. That was 1994. But it was like maybe early, mid-94. I don't quite remember. So I was 9 or 10. And I was definitely still bought in on wrestling at that point, because I was emotionally damaged by Tatanka turning to a bad guy. And if I knew it wasn't real, I probably would have been able to deal with it a little better. But I would imagine it was somewhere around that point that I started to sort of turn.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I really don't.
9 years old. That's all my innocence died.
Yeah. All of it.
Yeah. So,
gross.
Second part of this question. Wrestling alter egos rule. Dude Love, Joseph Park, The Great Sonata. Mm-hmm. But do any of your favorites have an alter ego gimmick that you loathe? I have to admit, as someone who cringes at every variation of Joker cosplay, I fucking hate super hardcore Katsumata, and am forever happy that Chris Brooks killed him. Karate Man also fucking sucks out loud.
I tried thinking about this. I don't know.
I mean, it sucks because it's like, who are some of your favorite wrestlers? And I'm like, well, Okada didn't do anything stupid.
Yeah.
Except for that one summer where he got sad and carried a balloon. That was weird. Started wearing long pants.
Right.
It's like, what's going on here, man?
Yeah.
The Great Muta never did anything dumb.
Well, and like, here's the thing, like, I really like Barry Darsow, right? And I think Barry Darsow has had some really shitty gimmicks, but there's nothing that I'm like, that I absolutely loathe.
Yeah.
You know, I think that maybe Barely Legal wasn't up.
Hole in One.
Hole in One wasn't up to his standards for how good of a wrestler he was, but I don't hate it. You know, and like the other guy, like I think of that wrestlers I really like that had multiple like gimmicks and personalities, Charles Wright. I'd have no problem with any of his gimmicks. So.
Not even the Good Father?
All right. I mean, I don't have a problem with right to censor. I mean, I don't love it, but I don't loathe it.
Big Bull Buchanan guy.
I am. I'm a big Bull Buchanan guy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, this was a real good question. No. Yeah, some just entered my brain, too.
Oh, no. Is it the same thing? There's no way.
You're going to say it, and I'll let you know.
Berlin.
No, that wasn't, but Jesus Christ. Oh, no, dude. Fucking Berlin.
As a man who very honestly loves Alex Wright and wears an Alex Wright t-shirt regularly, Berlin fucking sucked.
Yeah. Yeah, Berlin was real bad. I was going to say Earthquake. When he had to be like John Tenta. Really bummed me out.
I'm not a shark.
I'm not a shark.
I'm not a shark. I'm not an
avalanche.
Yeah.
Just a man.
Yes.
Like, no, you're not. You're the fucking Earthquake,
Right. Very
dude.
bad. Yeah. Right.
And then when he had to be Golga under a hood.
Yeah. I liked Golga though.
Bums me out.
So did you know that he was John Tenta? Because
no.
By the time it was
out.
done, I knew. But like when the oddity started, I didn't know it was Tenta.
Yeah, I'm not.
I probably would have been
fan.
mad at the time, but
Yeah, because I really do like the Earthquake.
yeah.
Yeah, so that bums me out. Yeah, I don't know. That's probably it.
Berlin's mine. That's a good. I'm standing by Berlin all the way. How fucking terrible.
WCW, I love you to death, but Jesus, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What about fucking Mike Awesome? Is that 70s guy?
Oh yeah, terrible.
The Fat Chick Thriller?
Terrible.
That was real fucking
terrible.
bad.
Yeah,
But
that's
he was
real
awesome
bad.
when he was in Team Canada.
Yeah.
Or like, not that like I love Jim Duggan, but him as like a janitor. That was real fucking lame. He always found the TV title in the trash can, which is hilarious. Yeah, that's probably where I'm at with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Ed.
And it was very short lived, and it was talked about very recently. Terry Gordy is the executioner.
Yeah, terrible.
That shit sucks, man.
Right.
Granted, I knew he was gone or whatever, but like
there is no alternative though. Terry Gordy was it was sad.
I fucking love Terry Gordy, and like to see him that way, just bums me out. So Ed, thank you so much. I love you so much. You're the best person.
Yes, thanks, Ed. Except for when you bash Hyper Masao openly on the internet.
Hey, that's a little fucked up, man.
It's tough.
All right, well, we have
We're doing another question?
No. I was going to say some words for Terry Funk, and then we got to go take a trip.
Okay, yes, Terry Funk. In something that Brett brought to my attention this week, it's not just Terry Funk; it is the entirety of the Stud Stable.
It's perfect,
and it's fucking great. So enjoy yourselves.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining me at this time, Bunkhouse Buck, Terry Funk, Arn Anderson, Ming, Colonel Robert Parker. As you know, the 18th of September, the date for Fall Brawl, the War Games in Roanoke, Virginia. Dusty Rhodes, Dustin Rhodes, and the Nasty Boys.
They sure do raise them up bigger than Nastyville, don't they? Here's these two boys aligning themselves with the likes of the Rhodes. That's just a little taste now of what you're going to get when you get to the War Game. You know, if I had my way, I'd just add Ming in there and let him take care of all four of them. But if I did, I'd have the maddest bunch on my hand because every one of them's wanting a little bite of it.
Well, Arn Anderson, you got yourself involved in a den of thieves here.
Nasty Boys, that's your wake-up call. You don't think you joined the Royal Ballet, do you? When you jump in the war games, you got to expect to get hurt. There are no rules. It's called submit or surrender. Well, I just heard Sags laying on that floor saying I quit right then. We'll take that for the day. Okay?
Bunkhouse Buck, have you been around sheep?
Yeah, I've been around some sheep. I've been around a bunch of rats, too. I want to ask you, who's bad now? Ask them Rhodes boys, who's bad now? I'll tell you who's bad. Bunkhouse Buck is bad. Arn Anderson, me here. Terry Funk. Last time I knocked me out of Sissy Boy City Slicker was the mayor over there in Dyersburg. I'm looking forward to war games. I feel sorry for Dustin Rhodes. What has he got for partners? Two butt heads, and one old man. What are you, Dusty? Are you on ARP, Dusty, ARP. You get it, you egg-sucking dog. ARP. You understand ARP? You know what ARP is? That's for them old codgers. You know what I'm talking about? ARP, Rhodes, ARP, Rhodes, ARP.
I don't know if we can sort all of this out. One thing I can guarantee you, these four men right here are going to be locking up with the Rhodes and Nasty Boys as part of Flow the War Games on Sunday, September 18th, live on pay-per-view. For the brand, Bobby Heenan, Tony Schiavone, Gene Oken and Cena. We'll see you back there tomorrow night for the main event.
And we're back.
All right, we're in Japan.
We are by way of Chicago. Is that where we're starting?
No, we're gonna go to Japan first.
Okay, Japan first.
So I watched from the Star Navigation show in Pro Wrestling Noah.
Okay.
This was last Thursday, but I wanted to watch it because it got some good reviews. Excuse me. From Korakuen, it was Kaito Kiyomiya versus Keno.
Oh yeah.
These guys, they're never going to put on a bad match. I'm always going to want to watch them wrestle. This match is very good.
Okay.
Noah is very heatless to me right now. And it has been for a very long time.
Yes.
Listen, I'm very happy that El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. is the GHC champion, but it still bums me out. But this match was very good. I enjoy Kaito a lot. I wish that he would. I don't even know if I care if he leaves Noah, goes somewhere else at this point. They're not going to know how to fucking use him. Keno, that's another guy where I feel like there's Naito syndrome with him, where you give him the belt only for a little bit and then we're done. But more so from their Monday Magic show.
Yes, I watched this.
There's two things I have.
All right.
So I have the Dreamstar fighting Marigold girls showing up at the end of the Great Sakuya tag team match.
Oh, that's where that happened?
And Great Sakuya misting Rossi.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
dude. So I started this match because I want to keep up on Great Sakuya, but the app was giving me fucking fits.
Oh, was it really?
It was giving me fits. So I was like, I can't. I'll come back another day. I don't know if maintenance or my connection, whatever it was, it kept pausing, and I'm like, I can't.
Oh, yeah.
So I backed out, but that stinks because I didn't know that was right there.
Yeah, dude. Great Sakuya. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, the Marigold girls come out and
what color mist?
Green.
Nice.
And Rossi sells it so bad.
Good.
And then the Marigold girls brawl with Sakuya and whoever else was in the ring. And Sakuya was paired up with Mirai.
Aw.
So let's fucking go.
Okay, let's go. She's going to get her fucking teeth get knocked in.
Great Sakuya fucking rocks.
Yeah. She's going to eat a fucking lariat, though.
She's going to die.
Yeah.
And then the main event on this was for the GHC Hardcore title.
Yes, this is what I watched.
Which I'll be honest, didn't know it was a thing.
Nope.
Ninja Mack.
With his Foot Clan mask.
Yes, against Alpha Wolf.
Yes.
I'll tell you what. I kind of like this.
It was fun.
That spot where Ninja Mack goes for the double back handspring moonsault.
That's
over
my
the
only
top
note.
rope.
My only note when he eats a fucking trash can.
It was fucking so sick.
Insane.
But I like that they were, doing brawling mixed
Yeah.
with some high flying, mixed with weapons. Like, it was a fun
Yeah,
match,
it was a fun one, for sure.
Ninja Mack, I'll tell you what, he's got a home in Noah.
Yeah.
He kind of got away from the indies here,
Right, good for him.
Good for him. He's making that fucking money.
It's funny because this match was actually on my radar before you recommended it.
Oh, okay.
You were like, oh, watch this. And I was like, oh, I already had it planned.
Oh, good.
Because I'll go through, for my notes, I go in Cage Match and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll watch this, and I add it to my notes so I know to go back to it.
Yeah.
And this was cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was just a flippy plunder match. Like Ninja
Which
Mack,
doesn't happen a lot.
No, he was doing like 450s at the top rope, but holding a Singapore cane. It's
Fucking
crazy shit.
wild,
It was
right?
really weird. Yeah.
It's
in
just-
a very small venue too.
Yeah, I think this was at Shinjuku Face. It was dope, man.
Yeah, it was
I
really cool.
enjoyed this like more than I thought I would.
Yeah, it's fun.
Just because it was a high flying, like you said, high flying plunder brawl.
Yeah, it was
you don't
weird.
get that a lot. It was just
No.
kind of cool to see.
Yeah, and they did some stupid ignorant shit.
That fucking double handspring.
Dude, I loved it. It's my favorite thing in the world.
Moonsault over the top, getting hit with
I have
a
a
fucking
I have
trash can.
I have a still of it on my computer.
Oh,
I'm not
that's
shitting
amazing.
you. I fucking loved it.
Oh,
yeah.
I started laughing. Yeah,
Yeah,
when it
it's awesome.
happened.
It's incredible.
So, all right, we'll go to the other Japanese promotion that ran a show in Chicago.
Yes.
New Japan Pro Wrestling presents Windy City Riot.
Yeah.
So you watched more than I did.
I did.
So if you want to run down, and I'll
Okay.
comment if I care.
So I watched Mina and Viva Van in the beginning, just
Well, that's for different purposes.
Mina count. That's all. But the first thing I actually watched that I really liked was Stephanie Vaquer versus Izumi.
Same.
This
it
is
was
awesome.
fucking awesome.
I'm so
dude.
glad this is one you wanted to tell you watched
for sure.
I was tired after 5 minutes of this match.
Yeah. And this is for the New Japan Strong Women's
Yes.
title, right? Yeah.
I was this was paced incredibly.
Yep.
They shouted out the 5 minutes, and I was like, "What?"
I know, right?
Insane.
Crazy.
They got more in 5 minutes than most people do in 20. And then it goes another 5 or so. I really liked it. I fucking love this. Izumi taking the world by storm.
I'm so happy to see this.
Crushing it this week. My absolute all-star this week is Izumi.
Yeah, man.
This match fucking ruled.
This was fucking fantastic.
If
Stephanie Vaquer, very good as well.
Very good.
Yeah.
And we weren't totally sold. Remember when she got added into the initial tournament? We were like, who the fuck is this lady?
Yeah.
She's real good.
Yeah, I like her.
So if for whatever reason, this is my theme this week, if for whatever reason you're not watching these shows, or you're skipping the Joshi the women's matches, the Joshi matches, or whatever, you just don't know it, you're not into it, whatever, this is a week to watch Izumi, and I promise you, you will have probably a new favorite female wrestler.
She is
She's fucking killing it.
fantastic.
Killing it.
Yeah.
Killing
Izumi's a ton of fun to watch.
I also showed Michelle a picture of Viva Van from her Instagram.
I know the one you're talking
And
about.
Michelle went, what?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I was like, just so you know. And she's like, lady wrestlers look like that? I'm like,
Yep.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they fucking do.
That's a fact,
The
Jack.
tape, that's a strong ass tape.
That's a fact, Jack.
But anyway, yeah, I fucking love that match. Izumi all fucking day, man. Just so cool.
Yeah.
So much fun. Such a Joshi kick, and it's not dying anytime soon.
No, I'm very happy to hear that.
Let's see. I watched the Four Corner Tag Team match. It's nothing to talk about, but the beatdown in the end was really good. Team Filthy breaks up.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome at the end.
Awesome at the end. With
Tom Lawler gets his fucking haircut.
with Nelson and Royce Isaac beating the shit out of him, and Rosser and
Dookies boys.
Yeah, and Rosser and Lawler have like an uneasy alliance now. I really like that stuff. Match wasn't great,
Yeah,
but the beatdown, fucking cool.
I agree.
Really, really cool. Sensitive subject for you. Shooter Umino versus Jack Perry.
Not sensitive.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
It's not sensitive
Just
at all.
making sure.
Oh, man.
I thought he got a hell of a reaction.
It's fucking awesome.
I thought he played really well in the Chicago crowd.
He did, for sure.
I think this is the most interesting he's ever fucking been.
Yeah. I agree.
And I was only breaking your balls about this. I didn't actually think it would bother you.
No. When I was watching this on Friday, I'm
yeah.
like, dude, this is fucking great.
He looks good. He's put on some weight.
Yeah.
Shooter looks like a Japanese Playboy Buddy Rose, like or like a Nature Boy Buddy Rogers.
Shooter looked awesome.
The blonde hair with the side part. I'm like, you fucking handsome son of a bitch. Yeah. What are you even doing here, you male model?
Yeah. He looked awesome.
But like, and you see the crowd with the Jack did nothing wrong signs, and you see the opposite CM Punk signs. His jacket with that. Yeah. I don't love the goat head, whatever. I still don't love that.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
But like, I thought he did a really fucking good job here.
I did too.
I think he was bumping good. He took a DDT. Jack was like half in the ropes, half outside, and he took a DDT. Looked fucking great. The most I've liked Jack Perry, I think, maybe ever.
No, I agree. Jack looked awesome.
He's definitely taking this opportunity, if that's what you want to call it, and trying to make it work, trying to make himself interesting. I think I could make the argument that this match is good because Shooter's real good.
Yeah. I agree.
Right? I think Jack is better and is somewhat talented, but like I think Shooter's a stud. But yeah, and I also like that he goes for like the fill moves and pays for it,
Sure.
you know, like all that kind of shit.
Like he puts Shooter in the front choke.
Yeah,
that was
right.
fun. Here's my one legit thing about it though. Are you going to just make this who you are now? Right. That's the only thing.
Right. This is your launching pad. It's not your whole thing.
Yeah, like, okay, we get it. You're in Chicago. You're getting this crazy reaction. Right. It's split.
Yes.
How's it going to be in Tuscaloosa? Right. Or how's it going to be in Des Moines, Iowa? Right. You know, like
exactly.
You
got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the thing. It's like if this is just your whole personality, then and again, awesome Jack Perry. I thought he did. I thought he played to the crowd great. Yeah. Reacted great. Coming out with the Chicago flag. Fucking knocked it out of the park.
Grind it in. Right. Absolutely.
If you keep doing this.
Yeah. Right.
And you say, we want to move on from CM Punk. Yeah. The Bucks, we want to move on from CM Punk. Tony Khan, we want to move on from this. Yeah. And if this is just who he is. Right. You're never going to move on from
He has the benefit of it being in New Japan right now, doing this in New Japan.
Yeah, but that's going to come to an end.
But
that's coming to an end Sunday.
If he brings it to AEW, like this is the starting point in the launching pad. It can't be the end point. Yeah. You got to figure it out along the way because it will very quickly become one note. And that's sort of what Jack was before. Yes. So if he didn't add some songs to the list here, it's going to be a problem. Yeah. And again, I'm not taking anything away from like the whole atmosphere. It was fucking awesome. Right. Can't run in Chicago every week.
No. And that's where it's like, are you going to move on? Like everyone says you want to, or are you just going to be the scapegoat? Yeah. And if you are, man, hey,
the scapegoat thing is definitely going to stick around,
which is fine. But how heavy are you going to play this?
Right. You're in Chicago. You don't need to do the Phil stuff outside of that. No. You don't need to keep doing. Don't go for all those. You were doing a thing in Chicago. You got the heat in Chicago.
That night, like it worked that night. Yeah, it was fucking so much fun to watch. Right. I agree wholeheartedly.
But you're right. It will be a problem if he doesn't have. If this is like, oh, that's all I got to do. It ain't gonna work.
Yeah. Ain't gonna work. And there's another little tiny nitpick I have. Ooh. Like, okay, fine, he shakes Shooter's hand. Great, awesome. Okay. When he's leaving the ring and the camera's following him and he's like high-fiving the fans and stuff.
Oh, did he?
And I was just like,
get the fuck out of here.
And again, it's so fucking nitpick.
No, it's not though.
But it's like
it is, but it's not.
It's like, hey, dude,
because if anything, that signals that he doesn't have it put together.
It's a tiny little fucking, and like, does he know the camera's following him? Whatever. Like, yeah, I felt like when we were at the Ring of Honor pay-per-view and they're passing out streamers, and I just got real mad. Right. But it was like, okay. Just a tiny little thing. It's fucking tiny. Yeah. Just don't do it and make it more believable. And like the fans are gonna fucking hate you more or love you more. Whatever. Yeah. Be that anti-hero guy you want to be. Nothing wrong with that. Yes. Just don't do that tiny little shit. Like that's all. What do you have next?
So, did you watch the Riot Rules match?
I did.
Okay. So online people are really bashing this thing. I thought it was fine. I thought it had cool moments. I think it's mostly a mess. I think they didn't know how to shoot it.
Yeah.
But like,
I just honestly, I cared about the post match more than I did
when Eddie calls Gabe a fucking twat.
Yeah, he's like, "Listen, you fucking pussy, you fucking bitch."
Yeah, he actually said, "I'm gonna kill you, you fucking twat." Yeah. I'm gonna kill that motherfucker. I like Gabe doing a proper ladder thing. I like Eddie going nuts with the Singapore cane. But as a whole, it didn't quite work. People were really saying it was shitty. I don't think it was shitty.
Bit of a mess.
It's just a mess. They didn't know how to shoot it. They didn't know where to focus at times. When really, at the end, when it was Gabe and Eddie in the ring together, was really when it shined. The rest was a bit of a mess.
Yeah. Death to the ass way.
Oh my God. Who wants to be newly, whatever. Oh, one other question, though, about the Jack Perry Shooter match, because this is where I noticed it, and it happens for the rest of the night. Did you notice this referee?
Which one?
The referee for the Shooter Jack match, and I think he's in the main event, too.
I don't know.
Okay.
Is he the one with the white belt and the white shoes?
I don't know. It was an American gentleman.
Well, because there's a guy with white belt and white shoes, and he used to have a slick pompadour.
Okay.
I used to hate this motherfucker.
So I'm gonna demonstrate.
I was like, oh, you're trying to be red shoes.
Yeah, I'm gonna demonstrate to you
belt,
what I didn't like about him.
Pompadour. Psycho Billy douche.
He jumps down to do the counts, and he goes 1, 2, and he flails his arms in between the numbers.
I didn't really know.
It's insane. It drove me nuts. I'm like, what? He would go 1 and then lift himself up and literally throw his arms around. And I'm like, is this a thing to help you time it out? I don't understand, but it's super fucking distracting, and you look like you have a problem. I did not fucking like it.
I didn't even notice.
Oh, it's terrible, dude.
I just know there's the one referee where I'm like, ew, this guy stinks.
If I showed that to you, it will be worse than when I showed you how people look at the referee during the counts.
You fucking ruined part of wrestling for me.
But anyway, the next thing that I watched that I think you watched because you keep mentioning something about a title and all this shit is Zack Sabre Jr. versus Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
Hopefully the last time I ever have to watch a Matt Riddle match.
I think it's going to be.
So before I saw this, I did see him the walkout where he no-sells the finish and slaps hands. But you were saying something about a belt, and you got to let people know.
He was the TV champ.
Yeah, right.
So there was 2 instances on indie shows where he was putting the belt on the line.
Without letting the office know?
Without letting the office know.
Was he following the TV title rules in those matches?
I don't know.
Probably not.
One was against RVD.
Ew.
And one was against somebody else.
Get the fuck out of here.
And there's the screenshots from the shows of the ref lifting the belt up before the match and everything, saying this is for the New Japan World Television Championship.
And after the match, he was like, "Oh, I'm glad I was in there in the ring. A guy who can really handle himself."
Yeah. I think that this
is the end of Riddle in New Japan.
I think it's done.
Yeah, good. As it should be.
From what I read, it's like he pissed off the office.
He should have been gone anyway, but that's fine if that's how it happened.
I think Rocky Romero's the one who brought him in. Rocky just got like a promotion in New Japan. He's like head of talent relations or some shit. I don't know. But like when you're doing that stuff, like you can't be doing that. Not in this fucking day and age. It ain't gonna work where everything's on
TV.
Jerry's Wrestling Emporium or Triller or Fight, whatever.
Right, absolutely.
You know? Everything's broadcast now. Yeah. You know, so when you're doing that stuff and the office sees that, they go, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, definitely.
You can't do this because, listen, I understand Matt Riddle, blah blah blah, whatever. What if somebody goes into business for the fucking subs?
Right.
And that's a real thought.
Right, it's a real thought.
You know?
I mean, to be fair, devil's advocate, you'd have to be real stupid to go into business for yourself against Matt Riddle.
No shit.
But it's a respect issue, 100% for sure.
And that's where
it's absolutely a respect issue.
And it's too much of a
people may not
wild
realize
card.
Riddle's a bad motherfucker.
He'll fuck you up.
He's a piece of shit.
No doubt.
But he's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, like he's a legit skilled dude.
He only left combat fighting because he didn't want to stop smoking weed.
Like Goldberg tried to be a tough guy to him, and Riddle's like, whatever you want to talk, bro.
Right.
I'm not your bro.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to talk.
Yes.
Like,
just like Chris Jericho.
Oh, that would have been great. Riddle would have fucked him up on camera.
Fucking murdered him.
Yeah.
So the match is fine.
It's okay.
I think Sabre is leaps and bounds ahead of what Riddle can do in that ring.
Yeah.
My favorite part is when Riddle wins the belt back, and afterwards in the mic, he says, "I have to wash this thing because I don't trust the last owner, or the last champion."
Yeah.
Hilarious. It was fine.
And then Jeff Cobb comes out to challenge.
And when they did on Sabre's first one, they had 2 matches, right?
I think Cobb's going to beat him.
I think so too. I think
this was a
transition.
We need to get the belt off of you, and we're done with you. And let's just put it on Zach again. And Cobb will beat him for
and I'm fine with that.
Yeah, no problems there.
That first Sabre run, though, all-time title run in any sort of title.
It was a year-long
amazing.
run.
Oh, just masterful matches. Really, really great stuff.
So much.
You only have one more match left on your thing?
Yeah.
All right, so you didn't watch Nick Nemeth versus Tomohiro Ishii?
Brother, I watched the whole thing.
Oh, okay, you watched everything. You just don't want to talk about it.
There's nothing to talk about for me.
I will say, very quickly, that I did not think Nemeth had it in him to, stand against Ishii and have an Ishii match. He sold for him. He took everything Ishii threw at him. Ultimately, it was okay. But I was like, oh, all right. I thought this was going to be more of a Nemeth-style match, but it ends up being an Ishii match, which is good.
Yeah.
But Nemeth ain't lighting my world on fire.
I did like Ishii hitting him with, the zigzag. That was fun.
Yeah. So,
yeah, Nemeth is a guy where He's it's tough. He's okay. Like
I thought he was good to very good in the WWE system.
Yeah, and he was in there for fucking ever.
Right, but like at his top there, I was like, oh, all right, this guy can sell like a motherfucker. He's flashy, he's handsome, he can jump around, he can get the crowd going, like that sort of thing.
He's gonna win the TNA World Title this week.
Sure is. He's gonna beat Moose. Good, so. But that's more where he belongs. So whatever.
Yeah,
but Ishii can't fucking buy a fucking break in New Japan anymore. So that's what that is. But the thing to actually talk about, let's move on. The main event, IWGP World Heavyweight Title match. Tetsuya Naito, the champion, versus challenger, the Death Rider, John motherfucking Moxley. We already talked about it. You know the outcome.
He's the fucking best, dude.
Mox is IWGP champion, which we've been saying. We said it before. This was the decision. We said,
do it.
Like I think we were both worried that that Huge Suge was going to beat Naito, and when they didn't, we're like, okay, well he didn't because they're going to Mox. I think having Mox is super over. I think a thing that New Japan might need is having a sort of conquering Gaijin, which they haven't had in a little while.
Yeah.
And Mox is the right guy to do it. He's beloved.
Yeah, Mox is the correct choice.
Yes.
Listen, and so this is what I wanted to bring up before. Popularity with wrestlers, Japanese wrestlers in Japan versus the States and how they're viewed.
Sure.
Naito's number one in Japan.
Yeah?
Like, he is consistently like in the top.
With Okada gone especially.
Yeah, with Okada gone, it's Naito at this point.
Super popular.
Tanahashi too. Tanahashi ain't what he was. So
Yeah.
it's obvious.
And so here's the thing too. I think this match is probably the best we can get out of Naito at this point also.
Yes. Naito ain't got much left.
The body's beat up.
Yeah, I know last year, in those G1 matches, he had the Miracle
Right.
semi and final, but one of the dance partners was fucking Will Ospreay.
I don't think he's getting to that level again. I don't think if you had him versus Ospreay here, I don't think he can get to that level again.
I thought this match was very good.
Yeah.
Moxley
It was very good.
led like a motherfucker.
Absolutely.
Seeing him win the goddamn IWGP
insane.
title is the coolest. I love like in the promos before, he's like, I came to New Japan 5 years ago. I've never gotten a shot at this title. It's maybe the last time I ever get a challenge for it.
Yeah.
But that's all I need is one. And I'm going to get it. And he fucking got it.
Absolutely.
And it's like the coolest thing
Yeah.
in the world to me. I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy for Renee.
So what do you think the reaction in Japan will be for him?
They love him.
Yeah.
They love John Moxley.
They love him, but holding that title is special. I think it'll still be fine. But
he's gonna be. There's gonna be some more time over there for sure.
Yes.
They already announced him versus Red Narita.
And then the winner,
And the winner
of that is
will be
Shooter.
against Shooter at the New Japan Resurgence show in the States.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. The Japanese fans are going to have their title defended a lot more over here during his run,
and that's okay.
I'm fine with it. I just hope they are.
Every time Mox is in Japan, it's big. He's big in Japan, brother.
Just like Tom Waits. Yes, absolutely.
Just like Tom Waits.
Just like Tom Waits.
So they're okay with it. Now, saw a lot of fucking discourse online.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Crazy people in there.
People talk about wrestling online and they have bad opinions?
Yeah, it's like, how dare he? And I can't believe that New Japan's doing this.
I thought wrestling fans just had bad opinions in person at wrestling shows.
Hey, guys, what else are we doing right now?
Right. It's the absolute right call.
It's the move to make.
Right. It absolutely is.
You keep the belt on Naito, who's going to challenge for it next?
Right.
I'll wait.
And as we talked about, as you said, 2 months ago or whatever, this refreshes everybody because every Japanese star has to say, well, I'm going to take the belt off the Gaijin. I don't want him to have this fucking belt. This isn't his. He has a whole company he can have a belt in. Why does he need ours?
Yeah.
So it refreshes everybody.
I loved Mox at the end, like his promo after this, just talking about like how fucking hard he's worked for this. Yeah. It says, I'm not running from anybody. Congratulations, Shooter. It's your graduation. Time to step up and be a man. And Ren Narita runs out and lays him out, and Shooter makes a save.
Yeah.
And Mox with such a good line where he's like, congratulations, Ren. You just went from being a young boy to a dead man.
Yeah.
It's like, what a fucking line.
So, do you think the end of this, however long it happens to be, is the switch to one of the Reiwa Musketeers? Do you think that's how you create one of those guys? You say, well, you may not believe in me, but I'm the guy that brought New Japan back to. I brought the belt back to Japan, kind of thing.
Well,
because he's wrestling Ren and then Shooter real quick. And you're not running back to Ren. You can double back to Shooter, but
so this is a perfect transition into the Tim Taylor question of the week.
Hold on, where's that at? Which one is this? This one?
And now the Tim Taylor question of the week.
Yes, and I still play it from my phone.
So, Tim asked, coming off the heels of Windy City Riot and Sakura Genesis, where Mox and ZSJ and Shingo are back in the
Great
gold.
Sakura Genesis, I'll say.
Is this a red herring on a possible righting of the New Japan ship, or do you think the winds of change that appear to be blowing are true?
Do you have to quote the fucking Scorpions here, Tim?
We had Scorpions!
Jesus Christ. So, as a person who doesn't know how to whistle, I can't whistle, never learned, can't do it.
Was that good?
I'm super impressed that not only can you whistle, but you were also like, I know the fucking whistle riff from Winds of Change. I'm just going to drop that on the podcast right now.
Damn it.
It's fucking fantastic. I know it, but I couldn't fathom whistling it if I knew how to whistle. That was fantastic. I'm so impressed.
Thanks, brother.
You're a man of many talents. You do so many things with those lips that people don't know about.
Listen, Tony Iommi of the Mouth
That's
Guitar.
true.
Who's in the Scorpions? Yngwie Malmsteen.
No.
Is he in the Scorpions?
No.
Michael Shanker?
Maybe. That's possible.
I don't know. They're crazy.
Sven Ole Thorson? No,
Sure.
that's not true.
The Zoo's a badass song. So anyway, with Tim's question.
No, Uli John Roth is the guitar player for Scorpions, actually.
Uli Bully.
I was going to have to look that up, but then it popped back in my brain. So,
So with Tim's question, and this kind of is part of yours as
it's
well.
a good transition. I appreciate it.
Mox needs to lose the belt if you're only going to give him a short run, Dominion's in July, Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, okay.
They were supposed to feud for the U.S. title when COVID happened.
Do you think they go
Never got their match.
Gaijin to Gaijin, though? That's crazy.
Zack Sabre Jr. has been in Japan for so long now.
Still Gaijin.
I understood, but he's been there for a long time.
Right.
I think that would be so fucking cool.
Yeah.
To have that happen. I don't think it needs to go on any of the Reiwa guys right now.
Okay.
Ren's going to have a shot. He's going to lose. Shooter's going to lose.
Yes.
Suji just had a shot.
Right.
They don't need to do it right now.
So here's my question, and Tim, I'll get back to your question in a second. When is the G1? In the summer, right?
They didn't announce it yet.
But it's usually in the summer?
It's usually August.
Oh, it's okay. So yeah, like very in the summer. So the thing that the G1 affords is that Mox doesn't have to be in it.
No, he doesn't.
And he also doesn't have to be there as champion because the champion doesn't do much in the G1.
No.
Even on their main shows, there's not, usually if you're not in the G1, you're not even really on those shows because, so if there is the benefit of keeping him through the G1 because you don't need him there and he can be here. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have to be in Japan, and you get a built-in benefit of like, well, why isn't the champ here? He doesn't need to be for the G1.
Sure.
But that seems forever away. It's not, because
it'll be here faster than you think.
Normally, you look at like when Okada or when Sonata had that belt, like they win it early in the year and they just hold it through till Wrestle Kingdom. And New Japan does like to do that. They like their big, title defenses in Wrestle Kingdom. But we haven't had a loss before Wrestle Kingdom in a few years, I think, of a title, like a IWGP title change between the G1 and Wrestle Kingdom. We haven't had a title change for that main title in a while.
I know Omega beat Okada at Dominion one year.
Yeah, but that would be like 2017, 2018.
Yeah, around that.
So that, I mean,
it's been a little while.
5, 6, 7 years.
So you could do it.
You could do it, right?
Why not?
So that's right. So if they want Mox to go longer, I would say keep him out of the G1 and have him lose it after the G1 before Wrestle Kingdom.
Well, you don't. If you get through the G1, you wouldn't just want whoever wins the G1 to just have it against Mox at Wrestle Kingdom.
No.
And beat Mox at Wrestle Kingdom for it.
But and like
it all depends on availability,
right?
Of course,
and that is their sort of
have
their
Zack win the fucking
right.
G1.
But that is their preferred way. But there is a bit. So the other thing about New Japan, we talk about this on the show all the time, is that after the G1, it gets a little stale.
Yeah.
So
World Tag League ain't it, bro.
Right. So and that's the thing. World Tag League's running. You also don't need Mox there.
No, not at all.
But you know, then he's holding pattern over here. Maybe he's doing stuff in AEW, and you have some guys coming over. Like during Tag League, he could be doing some single stuff over here.
The caveat is definitely the schedule. It depends on his availability.
Because he does have obligation to AEW as well. I don't have a problem with your plan to Zack Sabre. I think Zack Sabre should have been holding his belt a while ago already.
Zack should be next up.
Yeah, I agree. Zack should have been up next up last year.
Whether it's at Dominion in July, because that's like their second biggest show of the year.
Yeah.
Or Zack wins the G1, Zack wins it at Wrestle Kingdom.
I think it also depends on how many defenses they give Mox. Because
he's gonna have too quick,
right? IWGP champions. There's not you don't get a 20 defense run of this thing. It's not how the title works. If you went and did the averages, it's probably like 4.
Yeah.
So that also depends on how quickly he gets them out of the way. If they let him actually defend it on AEW a little bit or whatever. We do have the show in DC coming up.
Yeah,
that's
at the end of August.
So like the appeal there is to have Mox there as champion.
Ooh, I just thought about that.
And if that's at the end of August, that's around G1.
You know what, though? Like, we talked about there hasn't been, like, a big title change in between Wrestle Kingdoms and whatever.
Yeah.
Sonata.
He won after the G1?
He won it, because remember the show in DC last year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he won it after he won the New Japan Cup.
Okay.
The show in DC,
that's pre-G1.
So it's at post-Wrestle Kingdom pre-G1.
Right.
But like you said, normally there's a win at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
And they don't like to do title changes until
right.
maybe the next Wrestle Kingdom or
yeah,
Dominion
that's true.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So there was that. Okay, there was that change
one
last year.
Yeah, I guess I was more focusing on there's rarely a chain like when you're 3 months out from Wrestle Kingdom, they don't even bother defending.
No.
And like so, like would they want to shake things up and have that happen there to like throw people off?
I probably wouldn't.
I probably wouldn't either. But who knows? But for Tim's question, is this a red herring? I mean, it depends on what they do next, right? It's tough.
Yeah,
I think it's the right fucking move.
It's the right move. I'll give it an incomplete for now.
Right.
Because it does depend. Like, again, Mox has beaten Ren Narita.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mox has beaten Shooter. It's going to happen.
Right.
And we'll see where you go from there.
Right. But I think, those guys, and that's great. And I think he's going to make those guys look good. And if he can for Ren Narita, him and Shooter is going to probably be really good.
Be awesome.
But then, like, what big name, established, not that the young guys aren't, but you know what I mean, the difference between the Reiwa Musketeers and some of the older guard, who steps up to challenge Mox after that's also going to matter. You know what I mean? Like, is he gonna wrestle a former champion in between after Shooter before the G1? Is he going to wrestle Sonata? Is Tanahashi going to get a title shot?
Is Naito going
to right? Is he just going to have these matches against guys we know he's going to beat and then coast into Wrestle Kingdom?
He could.
Or or are they going to be, they're going to give him a couple matches and then Saber's going to be like, listen, it also all depends on what happens with Saber.
Yeah.
If Saber doesn't drop this TV title to Cobb,
it seems like it's inevitable.
Right.
Like he has to, kind of.
Right. But if he doesn't, then that changes everything too.
Yeah, and you're right about that. There's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts about it.
They can do some AEW challenges if they wanted to run, they can run, I don't know that they would do this, but because Ospreay would have to lose, but you do Mox Ospreay and AEW for it.
Oh, you can't do that.
You could. You can't have Ospreay lose, sadly.
That's what I mean right now.
I mean, he could lose to Mox, but he's not going to. No. So it'll be interesting to see who they set up because these first two matches seem to be like Mox is going to try and make these two young guys. But what comes after that?
Anything Ospreay and Okada right now, you need to keep away from New Japan.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's so fresh them leaving.
But like, if we're going to get...
keep away.
Maybe like Shingo will step up and we'll get, Shingo, like, all right, you're done with these young boys.
Yeah, Shingo's a never champ.
Oh, yeah, Shingo just won on the belt. He can still challenge, sure. Yeah, you can be champ. But it'll be interesting, because New Japan's roster is still depleted. Even with Mox as champion, the rest of the roster is still depleted. They just lost Tama Tonga too, so, well, maybe Tonga Loa steps up.
Oh, God. Please, God, no.
But we'll see. But like, if New Japan is like, all right, it's Moxley versus the new leader of the United Empire, the Ass Wang, I'm like, this ain't doing it, guys.
Mox Jeff Cobb would be kind of sick.
Yeah, Mox Jeff Cobb would be awesome.
I'd be into that.
So it's a wait and see, Timsy.
Yeah, it definitely is.
But it's the first step on the road has been the right one.
Yeah,
and that's what I'll say.
I hope they're doing some course correction.
Right.
They already said like a lot of the dudes that won belts at Wrestle Kingdom have already lost the titles.
Yeah.
So
I'm thinking about poor fucking Despy.
Poor Despy.
And like Hiromu, I didn't watch it, but like Hiromu had like a comedy match on Windy City. I read. I saw buffed up Daryl Takahashi, which is hilarious.
Daryl Takahashi, the chicken rice. Oh, we got busted hard. It was a great match.
Okay.
But yeah, that was Tim's question of the week.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah. Tim, no notes this week. Good job, buddy.
So, who are your matches of the week?
Azumi and Azumi.
Azumi. Right.
Obviously Mox winning the IWGP.
That's mine.
Will count as my Japan.
Yep.
And Azumi, Tony Storm. I fucking loved it.
I'm going Sami Zayn, Chad Gable.
Okay.
Fucking
I'm sure
awesome.
it was great.
Brother, it's so fucking good. Did you buy anything?
Did I buy anything? I purchased the I don't what the fuck are they called? The Terry Funk figure I bought 30 something D 24D 16D. I was close. It's almost 3D 5D
1D
2Ds. Shout out 2Ds. And I got
Dub Ds.
I got a tattoo. 2 T's and
Bill Goldberg, a man with a tattoo.
Was that it? Yeah, I guess that's it. That's all I bought this week.
I didn't buy anything this week.
Bullshit.
I did buy shit. When I think of wrestling.
Yeah, I know.
But no, thankfully
it's toys, you son of a bitch.
You were like, hey, these are at the local comic shop, and I said, hey, please pick them up for me.
Yes.
And it was X-Men 97 figures of Cyclops and Jean Grey.
Yes. Power couple.
Didn't go fully in on Goblin Queen or Marvel's Executioner.
I like that Goblin Queen comes with the little baby.
Yeah.
You got the little baby?
Little baby Cable.
But spoilers.
Sorry.
But yeah, they might be sitting there. The Nightcrawler sold pretty quick because I asked Dave about it.
Yeah.
But is that the only one you would still want, or are you good?
I need...
Or do you want to get the whole line?
Yeah, I just want to get the whole line.
All right.
So I have...
I'll keep you updated
Magneto, Cyclops,
and
Jean.
Yeah.
So I need Nightcrawler, Executioner, and Goblin Queen.
Okay.
So...
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Goblin Queen, so like, I think those figures are really cool, but Goblin Queen comes with like a ton of shit. She's got like some mystical fire for around the hand. She's got a little baby.
Fucking Executioner comes with stuff too.
Well, because you're like, oh, you're by the villain. Yeah. But Cyclops comes with the eye beams, and I like that. He's got the eye beam coming out of it.
It's so sick.
But Nightcrawler sure came with a sword.
I agree with that 100%.
But anyway, that's it.
That's all I got.
I didn't buy nothing else. Yeah. We're out of here.
That's it.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. This has been We Need Wrestling. You can find us online at We Need Wrestling on social media, WeNeedWrestling.com. You can email the show, WeNeedWrestling@gmail.com.
You know where you can't find us anymore.
I was just going to say, we're proud members of the soon-to-be-named network. But so at STBN Network on social media, but like soon-to-be-named-network.com is roasted too. It's a link tree.
I guess, man. I don't
link tree / soon STBN Network.
Normally when I click on a link tree, I'm looking for other sorts of links.
That's right. Yeah. So there's a link tree now. Find it on social media. I'll get better at this. I am as confused by technology as almost anyone. So, but the Tumblr died, and maybe the website died with it. But look out social media. Check all that shit out. you'll find us. And a bunch of other shows, including Long Lost Heroes, Long Lost Heroes After Dark, At Odds with Wrestling, Final Wrestling Place, Profane Argument, Puzzle Warriors 3, our other show, Wings on Wings, where we eat a giant gummy worm this week, which was actually like 2 months ago, but shh.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah. I guess that's it, right? Should we make the announcement about the next 2 weeks of the show? That they made. There's potential for some wonkiness, so stay tuned.
Yeah,
we'll let people know
There's potential.
Nothing is concrete, but just prepare yourselves for the potential for a mix-up.
Yeah.
Mix-up.
Depends on...
We're going to try our best to not miss weeks.
Yeah.
But anything can happen.
In the World Wrestling Federation.
That's right.
I don't think we're going to miss any weeks.
I don't think we're going to miss any weeks.
But
there just might be some shakeups.
Some
shakeups. Different than what you're used to.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Different is good.
Nothing wrong with different.
Nothing wrong with different. Goodbye.
Bye.
You're listening to the soon-to-be-named network, the Lamborghini of podcast networks.
Knock it off, nerds!
I'm so sorry. All right, so... God damn it, that was funny. Oh! Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. I got fucking bombarded. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, where was I at?
Just continue. Wins and losses matter.
Jesus Christ, dude. I inhaled it.
So I'll cut around. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry.